Hit it, boys. Well, there's a lot of towns where you could go where a man can hang his hat.
Well, they got micro brews and mega stores, but we ain't down with that.
Well, there's a place I know right up the road where the beers are always cold.
Where a beat-up truck and a fishing pole are worth their weight in gold. We're going downtown Radioville, where you can kick back or have you the craziest thrills. You probably won't learn much, but maybe you will. We're going down Radioville.
Now let's check in on the boys and see what they got themselves into this week.
Yo.
That's right.
Oh boy, why is that there?
Why is what where, pal? What you got going on over there?
Oh boy.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's what we wanted.
Yep. Still getting used to the new setup a little bit, ladies and gentlemen.
Makes
But
no
we're
sense.
gonna have a lot of fun tonight.
We are. Oh yeah.
We got a hell of a
Look
show
at
planned.
that.
There we go. No, that was cool. Who was that?
I have no idea how that was 5 hours to set this up.
Yeah, I know.
Just a 5 hour.
Just for a complete flop. Like we've just been sitting here sweating. Like, all right, we got to get this right.
Oh, God.
Open the show to just a
Yeah.
suggested videos page.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go, guys.
There we are, ladies and germs.
Well, that's modern broadcasting for you, you know.
Is it?
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
I can't tell anymore.
Today, I got news for you. It's hot outside.
Dude, it's fucking idiotic is what it is.
I was just thinking about how earlier, you know, no matter how interesting or smart or different you are, there does get you get to a point where you're just walking around just going, it's fucking hot out here.
Yeah.
And that's all anyone is talking about.
I know. It really is.
He's
They're
just
like, yeah.
just reduced to complete, banality, we'll say.
Yeah.
Literally talking about the weather. Can you imagine guys like us walking around talking about the weather? I mean, and I tried to bring up the Higgs boson, but my heart wasn't in it, you know? And I just wanted to go straight back to, like, you are just having conversations just like, dude, fucking, yeah, dude, I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Dude, I went to my car today to come here. I opened the door. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? My seatbelt. Oh, dude.
It's one of these times though where it's
102 degrees.
Yeah, it's not good.
Now, here's something. I don't have air conditioning, and I live on the 3rd floor of an old building. I just realized we never really talked about this year, did we?
No,
everything
we
okay?
didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the chats right now. I don't know why.
All right. Well, you know, maybe nobody said anything.
No. People are chatting. It's just,
Okay, yeah. So we're talking about our Restream software here, everybody. You want to hear more?
Isn't that fun? All right. Well, yeah, I suppose.
So, anyways, what
be here.
was I saying about, it's hot out, it's fucking...
Higgs boson.
Yeah. Oh, this is probably the God particle at work again. So, yeah, anyways, Tom, I had something, but whatever. Tom went to the DMV today, and I want to hear about it. He won't tell me.
Fucking
this is what
Christ.
sucks when you do a show with your friends. Sometimes you just got to go, oh, my God. I got to tell you about this thing, but I can't.
Yeah,
because then it
I
won't be
know.
authentic on the show.
That it is weird. Half the time we're talking now, it's just I'm like,
Oh, it's
wait, don't.
It's
Not
just
yet.
a complete business relationship
Yeah,
at this
not yet.
point. Yeah.
Don't have
And then we come in here and pretend to be all chummy for a couple
Yeah.
hours a week. and the rest
Fucking
of the
hate
time-
each other.
Yeah. So what happened? I do want to hear about it.
Okay, so many of you, or some of you, or none of you might know that I've been going through a fucking prolonged process to try and get my driver's license back, which I...
Yeah. Now, do you mind if we open up about this a little bit?
Yeah, that's
Because
fine.
I'll interview a little
No,
bit about this.
oh,
Like, how
sure.
many years has it been since you've had a valid driver's license? And,
okay.
how much of that time did you refrain from driving?
Well, all of it, of course. But it's been 17 years.
Yeah.
It was in 2006 that I lost that bad boy. And then I ended up moving out of state. That was up in old Wisconsin. And ever since then, when I thought... Now, here's the thing. I say I thought I completed the things that I needed. I know I didn't, but I figured eventually, who gives a shit? And so recently,
So
actually,
there was a hold on your license in Illinois for 17 years.
Yes. So I couldn't, and I had to go figure out what it was up in Wisconsin. And I just fucking, like, every time I would talk to them, or, you know what I mean? It's just you get transferred around to different departments and nobody wants to deal with it.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? And so you're just fucking on the phone for 2 hours, nothing gets resolved, and then you just hang up. And then I'm like, well, I'm not doing that again, so fuck off.
And
So
for
then-
a while, you just, a lot of the time I've known you, you were just like, yeah, fuck having a license. I don't
Yeah, I was like, I
just
don't
whatever.
give a shit. I don't
Yeah.
drive. Many of the times that I didn't have to drive a lot, so it was just like, I'll go to the fucking store, I'll go do this.
Sure.
But I worked near my home, all of that. So that wasn't a big deal. But then I, started this
just like such a-
contracting company.
It's just such a divide between like types of people because I feel the same way. I've gone years without fucking the
Yeah.
right stuff. The last time I was in New Orleans for like 2 years, I just didn't have insurance or a license.
Yeah.
I was driving. I had no brakes in my car, and it's just like
Oh,
certain
yeah.
types of people will just do that. One time I drove from Chicago to New Orleans. Like in the middle of the night, I left at like midnight. My brakes were such that like whenever you were going to exit, you had to be standing for like 20 seconds on them, So
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this is fine. I'll leave when there's no traffic. And then, like I'll just plan really good. I won't be close to anyone. I'll make
Yeah.
sure that, and
That's what you do.
Some people will do that.
There is
some people would never consider anything
know.
like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and that trip, I had no license, no insurance, no brakes. Right. So
Yeah, I mean, anytime I've told anyone, like, they're like, but how do you drive? I'm like,
you just get in and you turn it on.
my first thing, as I say, is
You just-
I don't.
Yeah, right. Depending. Yeah.
So literally, I've been trying to deal with this through Wisconsin since the fucking pandemic, like just before the pandemic, honestly, because I was having them fax me this and that, whatever. So then everything shuts down. So then I'm like, well, I guess fuck this for now. I don't care. And so then I just carry on with my business and I do what I want. And that's how I live my life. And we all know this.
Sure.
But at some point, I was like, all right, I fucking should do this. And actually, that point was when I got pulled over
Yeah.
in Wisconsin. And I got pulled over and I got a ticket. And it wasn't a big deal. But they were like, this is how you do it. So now I had the avenues, and it still didn't work. So then I had to actually go up to Madison a few months ago, pull a bunch of strings, formulate some kind of fucking crazy shit, go through all these weird avenues, got it set up to where I am now able to redo the class, whatever. So I'm in compliance with them. So now they're like, the hold is off. Go get your license. So now today, here's the other thing, and this is the fucking problem.
So this still isn't done?
No.
Are you telling me
No.
you're having more problems with?
Yeah.
These are giant buildings full of people that don't give
don't
a
do anything.
fuck about you.
They don't do anything.
It's just a giant
This is my
place.
major argument against the government controlling any industry.
Yeah, 'cause you
when
see
you're
how it
talking about
works.
the healthcare, like everyone should have public healthcare. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You want your fucking healthcare run like the DMV motherfucker or the
post
postal
office?
service
Yeah.
or the VA? The VA is notoriously awful.
Yeah, look what happens when people are allowed to be like rude to you at their job
Yeah.
because there's no incentive.
There's no repercussions. There's no competition. There's no
everyone
nothing.
does it. Yeah.
Yeah. So they
I
just
remember
don't
when
give a fuck. They're like,
years ago,
next.
when
and that's it.
I first started selling stuff online years ago, I was blown away at my experience at the post office right away. I thought it was like a business
Oh,
you
they're
went
horrible.
to.
No.
And dude, they're
the worst.
They're just rude and shitty and don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah,
Ill-informed. They don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just so.
you're right.
Here's the thing. So now the way you have to do it in Illinois is you can't just schedule an appointment. What you have to do, if you have to, because it's been long enough that I haven't had an Illinois driver's license, that now I have to go and like take the actual road test and the written test, all of this dumb shit, which is fine. I've been driving for fucking 25 years, 30 years. And so that's not a big deal. But what the big deal is you can't just get an appointment, right? You have to.
Sorry, I'm fucking with my mic. Just keep going.
You have to. What do you do? You have to. Vinny's very.
You can't just get an
very
appointment. No, I'm
particular.
You're not
about-
hearing that?
No.
I get. Yeah, there's some weird noise happening on this channel. It's fine.
This is a sound guy for you guys.
It's
this
there.
happens
Trust
all
me.
the time. But so you can't just get an appointment. You have to go onto their website, click this thing, make an appointment. Then you have to like pick through these options, and you go to like in-car driving, and you can only do it the day of. So you have to get up at 6:30 and hope that you can schedule that day before everyone else does. And you have to do it every fucking day until you get in there. I can't even believe that this is a thing. So I've been trying to do this for like a month.
And what is it exactly you have to do there? You have to take tests and shit, or what?
Yeah, I have to go in and actually do, you know what I mean, the written test. And
Has it been this way forever, or is this like a
no? It's just if you don't have a
thing?
license in Illinois for like over 5 years or something like that. Because I had my last one was Wisconsin. Anyways, so I've been trying to do this for like a month, and now every time you do it, the only fucking ones left are like Peoria, Manuka, Pekin, Illinois. It's like 2.5
Everywhere,
hours away.
yeah.
And I'm like, well, what the fuck? So I go in there the other day to talk to someone in like the Lombard, the closer one to me, and I'm like, hey, how the fuck am I? What is this? I've been trying to get in here. You know what I mean? And they're like, hey, you just got to get up early and hope you get. I'm like, whoa, this is your system?
Yeah,
This is how they changed it from the pandemic. This is a holdover from the pandemic.
Right.
Because then everything was like, no, only one person in at a time or some shit. So now this is the method. So now, my brother.
Why has so much stuff not gone back to how it was?
I have no idea.
Steak and Shake still closes at 10. Why? And why did it ever change times of things? I never understood anything that was going on. And what
virulent.
was the toilet paper thing? What was that?
Yeah,
What,
the
I don't
whole.
know. Okay,
well, we're
anyways.
gonna get back into that.
Sorry.
But so my brother / business partner is like, hey, I get up earlier than you. Like when we don't have early days, I'm not. That's not my schedule. So he's like, I'll do it. Whatever. And so I was hoping to get the one near us. So I wake up today to like an appointment in fucking Belvedere, and he was just like, whatever, let's do it. Because I'm going to use his car, whatever. It's a long story. But because my car, it's a long story. Anyways, so now we have to drive all the fucking way out to Belvedere. Now that's an hour away, right? We get out there. It's like, oh, nice, dude. They take my picture. I'm waiting in line. They do this and that. And and I get up to this one lady, and she's like, oh. She's looking at her computer. She's like,
So you got all the way almost through it, and you're starting to like you can. Feel
I'm like,
it in
yeah,
your
this
hand.
is
You're
finally,
like,
yeah, this
dude,
is
I'm gonna have to
fucking-
not be
yeah.
paranoid.
Yeah, and also
it's
it's the thing is I'm not even fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't care. I just, but
not like you should be.
it's
no.
yeah, exactly.
That's how you got yourself into this predicament.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, she's just looking at her computer and she's like, She's like, did you ever have a citation in Wisconsin? And I'm like,
Oh, come on. So now after this entire fucking thing,
Yeah.
all the way back to like this is like that movie when John Cusack couldn't get out of that fucking hotel room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was that called?
Room number
14 something, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this is exactly that. So now they're like,
So now she sees something,
me,
and I'm
sir,
like,
I believe there's a hold on your license.
yeah.
from
She's like,
Wisconsin."
did you ever have a citation in Wisconsin? I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've been dealing with them for 2 years now to get that resolved. It's done. I'm like, what is it telling you? And she's like, yeah, it's saying you have a hold from Wisconsin. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? And she's like, and then she gets nervous. And I'm
Yeah,
just like,
I would
what
be.
the fuck, man?
Yeah.
I'm like, are you? And so then I'm just
Did
like,
you
fucking cocksucking motherfucking bitch.
Were you saying that in the?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now,
yeah.
did
I'm
you
like about Wisconsin though, not about these fine people that are working there.
Did
I
you
was saying it about
explain to them
Wisconsin.
your diet?
No, I did not. But yeah, so then I make the entire length of the building just screaming cocksucker and fucking motherfucking and all this shit. And then one of the girls is like, "Hey, you can't use that language in here."
Yeah, what are you gonna
Like
do
that.
about it?
Yeah, I was like,
Toots?
"Fuck off,"
yeah,
you know.
the fuck.
But so then I call somebody now in Wisconsin, and now I'm livid. And all it is they never told me that I have to pay a $60 reinstatement fee.
The system
which
is
I
broken.
did immediately, and now the hold is gone. But now I wasted the whole fucking day.
So now you got to get one of them appointments again.
Yeah, exactly. So
This
now
is
yeah,
like that
dude.
movie. This is what it's like.
It's infuriating, dude. I don't understand. This is the fucking system that has been established.
There's so many things like this. One time I had a car in a impound because I got arrested.
Yeah.
And I had no insurance and bad plates, whatever the fuck was going on. And they're like, well, we can't release the car until it has like insurance.
Yeah, but I can't insure the car until I have it. It's like,
and yeah, I'm like, well, okay, so there was one of those circles of
yeah,
like,
I've had that exactly.
I can't get it out, and meanwhile, it's like $70 a day or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And I was like 19.
Yeah, no,
Dude,
you're
I'm
like,
losing
I
my
can't.
mind. What the fuck to do?
Yeah.
And
Like,
yeah,
well, I guess the car's gone.
eventually,
That's
I had
what
to,
happens.
Eventually, I had to go to the police station, and I'm sure a lot of people it would have just been gone. But I went to the police station and just started fucking yelling and just like,
Yeah, dude.
like I need to talk to the goddamn chief right now. And I'm walking around fucking yelling and stuff, and I'm like, they're holding my car hostage. I don't know what to do here. I can't do any of this until I have my fucking car.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And so, anyways, he goes, and plus now the fees. I'll like never have enough to do any of all this. I'm young, you know. And
Yeah.
he goes,
Young and broke. I don't give a fuck.
he goes, all right, let's figure this out. This is how stupid everything is. They had to put it on a fucking flatbed so the wheels wouldn't touch the road so it could get towed back to my house legally and safely or whatever. It's like, this makes me feel like until my dying day, I will just not feel like I ever fit in or belonged here. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
This is just...
It's just idiotic. Now, Luke says, sounds pretty lit. And I have to apologize for him because he... You know,
he tries to use the slang of the youngsters.
No, but also he like volunteered his time. This was I didn't want to ask it. You know what I mean? He volunteers his time. He fucking goes all the way out there with me. All this shit, and then he was like, because he dealt with this shit in the past, where it was
who
like
hasn't?
years going between Wisconsin and Illinois about license shit, and so he was sort of apprehensive to begin with. He's like, dude, I don't know, whatever. But my point is, sorry about the spectacle that I cause immediately upon being irritated about fucking immediately
that what
being
all this
the
was
guy,
about?
Immediately being that guy that's just fucking losing his shit in public, and then he's just got to like walk out with me like,
Here's the thing. Do you think that he's at all surprised or not used to this? I mean,
No.
come on.
No.
Who
I mean,
are
it
we-
happens
who are
in
we
Home
kidding?
Depot every other day.
Tom's like, I'm really sorry for this one isolated event. This definitely will never happen again.
Yeah.
Let's give it an hour or two at least, Tom is like kind of, sometimes when I get here, it's sort of just like walking a minefield, and you're just kind of, and that is how I move around very carefully. I don't want to disturb anything. Like a week or two ago, I was on my way over here, and he's already mad at me for bumping into lights. I haven't even gotten here yet. He calls me. He's like,
dude,
listen, man, when you get here, I know what you do. I know how you have a tendency to bump into shit because, you can't see and you're an idiot. So when you get here, just make sure you're not fucking anything up. I'm like, okay.
These lights are fucking tentatively placed right now. Yeah. So we got all that resolved, and
These
look
are
at us.
Preemptive tantrums. That's probably actually healthy, though.
Yeah, I have to, lay the groundwork. No, it's a fucking infuriating thing, though. Just dealing with the ineptness of fucking the DMV at any point, but especially when it's like this, you know what I mean, where it's just like multifaceted and fucking moving parts, and nobody seems to know what the other one is telling you. It's just like, dude.
Yeah, I didn't have my license for a long time. Actually, I didn't even think about that. I had to get mine back weirdly because I had just let it expire for so long and didn't give a shit.
Exactly.
And so a couple years ago, I had kind of was sort of the same thing of just like, why don't I legal up a little bit?
That's all it is too.
Yeah,
I'm just like, why just have this one thing that I can do?
You have the one thing because like it's I would go years, and I don't know why I would go years in a position of like, if anything goes wrong, I'm going to jail.
Yeah,
automatically.
Oh yeah,
Like,
back in the day.
Yeah.
Anything. Yeah. If one thing would have been noticed, a lot of other shit.
this whole house of cards is coming down,
crumbling down, and I'm doing 20.
Right. Meanwhile, you're not even driving around looking normal or anything. You're listening to weird music, just fucking looking all fucked up and shit with some dirty ass car, just getting away with it somehow.
I remember at that same time, I would like routinely have strangers back for after bars that would then flee the apartment under breaking glass and shit.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I have a fucking freak out. And nobody ever was just like, dude, we got to report this guy. You know, he's a fucking madman. And now, thank God I'm not like that anymore, guys. But
Tom turns into like a wild Apache. He's like a weird Apache Cinderella that like you need to get him home by like midnight 1 or things go really.
If the moccasin
yeah.
fits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The glass moccasin. That's your story. Tom, that's the expose I'm going to do on
Glass
Tom.
moccasin.
Tom Villarreal, the glass moccasin exposed. Oh, speaking of exposing things,
Yeah.
thanks to anybody who checked out the video from last week or anyone that was here when we exposed my old band director, Brayer Teague. And I liked how that went. It was full of passionate vitriol. It was. Entertaining. It was fun.
Possible libel.
Yeah, I was nervous for a couple days. I accidentally had a thing set on the YouTube YouTube account on my phone that is, for some reason, it was like restricted access thing in the settings. So yesterday I went to the channel to look like what's going on the channel, and all the videos were gone. Do we keep having a commercial in the back of?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's happening. We've used this video 70 times and
it's
never
fine,
does
guys.
this.
You know,
I don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, it's just us talking. It doesn't really matter what's happening.
Yeah, our aquarium also has commercials.
But I went to look and there was like fucking 80 video. It's got to make a living somehow, you know.
Yeah.
But the whatever. Anyways, what the fuck was I saying? It probably doesn't matter.
You were saying you had some. Oh, the videos disappeared off of YouTube.
Oh, I thought that. I had set some restricted access thing. It turns out, but at first I fucking freaked out. I was like,
He was like,
"Oh
dude,
my
go see
god,
if you
dude!
can-"
They got us. They came after us because I'm totally expecting some backlash from that.
That's
video
another
in
thing
some form
is
or another.
even our like live streams, all that shit. I feel like we say things on here that like. If somebody saw one of the videos, they'd be like, "Wait, what?" And then they'd look through all of them and be like, "No.
That's what I thought happened.
This is not going on here.
Right.
Not on my platform."
Yeah. We're gonna have to move to Rumble at some point.
Yeah, we really
all
got to
know
go
that.
rumbly.
Yeah,
We're already on X. Now, how about X? Twitter's now X.
Oh, and if we forgot to mention too, you guys, if you'd rather use YouTube, I know it's more convenient for people when the show is live.
I think Connie's on it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she said, "I love that I can watch from YouTube. Watched you guys live from YouTube now because then I can use my phone for other shit because she casts it.
That's what people have been
does it on her phone on her TV then." And yeah, speaking of, what's up, Katie? What's up, Andrew? What's up, David? What's up, Connie? What's up, Luke? What's up, Jeremy? What's up, Marley? You know, just a couple of.
Stop showing off how many different names of people are listening to us because it used to just be 3 over and over. But no, now it's 9. We're kings in the industry.
When we start, dude, our first live stream, we were like at 50 the whole fucking night.
Yeah.
It felt great.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's because people
real
had
nice.
a lot of people probably assumed that this would be good. You know what I mean?
And
So
they saw that first one, they're like, oh
Jesus,
this again.
They're accessing none of the charm or wit that I thought they had when I'm drunk and I see them at fucking 1 a.m. and they seem awesome.
Yeah.
It's really just a very carefully crafted illusion that. You know,
that's
And you
again,
put us,
House
in
of
front of
Cards.
a whole bunch of lights and a camera and the fucking
Microphones and
daytime
laptop.
sober.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
like, yeah, we're interesting, right? Good? Are we good?
Everyone's like, no.
No, you're not.
An emphatic no from the crowd.
I remembered the thing I forgot though.
Oh,
so
what?
now we're going to be at 100% topic remembrance for tonight.
Yes.
We were dipping a little bit, but we're going to be
yeah.
we're going to be back up after this. I remembered, for anyone who was here at the beginning, I was starting to talk about how I don't have air conditioning, how fucking nuts it is.
Oh, yeah,
Hey, I'm a
yeah,
character, you know. I live in like a 3rd floor walk up in an old building. It's very, very, very hot there.
Yeah, I can't believe that you fucking do that.
My life is kind of crazy, but like I kind of went into this work mode this summer, and I've talked about before, we were off the air for a few months. I had a bunch of things I needed to get together, blah blah blah. I had to change a bunch of shit around, and I spent the summer really just working all the fucking time, not really having a life, and then you just stop caring about stuff. I didn't want to pay, so this thing with my place. So people tell me this doesn't make sense, but listen to this, okay? If I wanted my air conditioning to work, it's window units. It doesn't have air conditioning there. So it's window units. So I have to the windows are like crumbling, they're like pieces of cardboard and shit, and just like literally they're fucking. You can
they're made out of things that are not windows.
In the winter, you can stand in the middle of the room and just feel a full breeze. You know, like it's not. They're not even. They can't close, I don't think. And so, anyways, to have effective air conditioning, you would have to seal the entire thing off with that plastic shit, whatever.
Yeah.
Now you're locked into having just no ventilation for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So there's nothing nothing else. This place sucks. It's like, and I used to have a screen door on my apartment.
Yeah,
which I thought
Kramer
was
style.
Yeah,
but
and
he didn't even install it.
No, it was there when I got there. It was destiny.
Yeah,
And-
now for some reason I asked him about this. Now apparently back in the day pre-AC, neighbors would leave their front doors to the hallway open with the screen door and windows open, so you'd have this massive cross breeze through the whole fucking building, which I
Right.
thought, hey, that's pretty genius.
That's how you had to get it done back then. But nowadays, everybody's just inside, just looking at porn on their phones all day, and it's fucking
Pornography. Some
society's-
people don't know what that is.
Yeah, pornography. It's naked ladies, basically.
Yeah.
There's not much else than that. It's pretty much just
all
It's
it
pretty
is.
much just a naked lady on a bed, just laying there. That's it.
And I like ye.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't been partaking for quite some time, and it's
Really?
one of the reasons I'm no.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
No.
I thought, I didn't think you were much for porn anyways. Aren't you more of an imagination guy? Right?
I'm more of we'll just keep going.
What? Don't you want to talk about how imaginative you can be?
Yeah.
So anyways, no. And it's been crazy. So you get into this mode where you just don't care. As I say, to make the fucking window units effective anyways would be a ridiculous undertaking, and then I'd have no ventilation left for the rest of the year. And then your electricity bill is crazy. 3 of those things running 24 hours a day is what I would need to even make a dent in this situation. And it's just not feasible. So I just decide every year, and I've been doing this for a long time since I lived at other places. I've lived in a bunch of places that were kind of just like a wild, jungly environment, and you just kind of go with the seasons. And so, and that's kind of how this is too. So I've gotten used to it, kind of. But dude, my house would maybe be like, I'm gonna guess like 110, 115. When I get home from work, usually, something like that. Today, I don't know what, some crazy number that scientists can't even
Did you
calculate.
look at it?
No, I don't have a thermometer because it would be too distracting.
You have a thermostat?
No. What would it be for?
Oh, because you don't control your heat either.
No, it's radiators.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I say, it's like kind of like living outside. It's not even really like having a house, to be honest. It's like very
Exposed to the elements.
raccoony. It's like half. Raccoons will live in like a garage or something, and it's
You
sort
should,
of like that.
you should let a couple in.
I would be fine with it. Actually, I have a friend that's working on that right now. You know him by the name of Thest. He's one of our gaming partners.
Oh, yeah.
And he's been
Thesto.
sending me videos. He's training raccoons on his back porch.
Oh.
Because he's had a lot of time. He got fired recently.
Yeah.
So he's now been training raccoons to like come up and eat out of his hand. He sent me some videos
Really?
of him like
I mean,
petting them now and
they're
stuff.
pretty.
Oh, dude.
Ballsy.
Yeah.
I had one in the back of my place not too long ago, and it was just mosey. I came out the back door. I was like, oh shit, and it was 3 feet from me, and
Yeah.
it kind of hurried a little and looked back at me. But after I was just like, hey, hey, how you doing? It just stopped and it was looking at me, and it kept making its way, and then it kind of circled back and went
Yeah.
through the yard. But it wasn't terrifying.
No, they're
it wasn't
very trainable too.
Yeah,
Like I used to have
and that's
this,
what I wanted to do. What Thess is doing. I immediately brought food out there. I was like, where the fuck that thing go?
Yeah, dude.
'Cause I
Well,
need
no,
an
you
army of
totally
coons
can.
also.
Oh, so that's amazing that you say that because I once had that. Because there's an abandoned house down on Archer Avenue for the local audience. Woo! Archer Avenue. An abandoned house that was all the way up on the top of this fucking hill, and it had been abandoned for 60 years. It looked like, because I'm imagining that no one wanted to undertake that sort of construction project. It was a
probably.
giant steep thing. I don't
It's
even
a
know how
lot.
you would get stuff up there. And so, anyways, I go wandering in there drunk one night, and I realize the entire place is packed to the gills with coons.
Oh, yeah.
And so I go, holy shit, this is a dream come true. The babies are, because it's like this 1800s Victorian house that's just been left for nature.
Yeah.
And the babies are walking up and down the banisters.
It's like a Disney movie.
Yeah, it was. It was very fairy tale.
Yeah.
I came in, it was 4:35
Except
in
the
the morning.
smell, I'm assuming.
You know what? I was so wasted when I would do this.
I guess that's...
Because I would do this. This was my tradition. I would play a show in the city. I'd come back out to my house in Willow Springs. For the local audience, Willow Springs. Hey, say hi to all those bozos in Countryside for me. Oh, shit.
Oh, shouldn't have brought him up.
Sorry, everybody. Okay, so Anyway, when I would play around the city, then I would come back out to my house and Willow Springs. I would get wasted, and I would drive home all the way all happy because I just made a bunch of money and sold like 5 CDs, and some girl thought I was cool or something. And I'm like, hey, I'm invincible.
Yes.
And I would get back to my neighborhood, and I would get to that house, and I would go in. The first time I go in, full of raccoons. The older ones are like coming home from work, and they're coming to settle in and stuff.
Yeah.
The babies are hanging out. So I had like chips or granolas or some shit or whatever. And I remember I just sat down. And within 10 minutes, I had a perfectly formed raccoon army in ranks. Not that they were totally like organized, but they were sitting.
But for raccoons.
It was pretty good. It was better than those videos of the fucking Iraqi army and shit like that, and the Afghanistan army. Yeah. But so they were sitting there and in a like perfect half circle, and I would just pass out food and stuff, and they learned that I would come there and do this, and by like the third time I would walk in and they would all be like circled up, just waiting and ready, and just like sitting up.
Actually pretty cool.
Yeah, they learned pretty quick. The only other
They're the seagulls of mammals, because I did that with seagulls before.
Oh, seagulls are great.
Yeah, they'll perform fucking tricks within a couple minutes. You're
People like us that don't go to beaches, do you know how mad the locals get whenever I go to a beach? Because I just want a fucking ridiculous situation with the seagulls immediately.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, don't give food to the seagulls. I'm like,
nope.
Why not? It's awesome.
Why? I brought these fries for them.
Right. Yeah,
like
exactly.
a fucking thing, just throwing. Yeah, if you throw, I was doing that once at Navy Pier.
Walk out with a bag of bird food. Like,
No, I would
this
just buy
is
fries,
for me.
and I would just throw them in the air, and these things would just like
they'll
swoop
eat-
down and grab
yeah.
them out of the air, and that was cool. But then eventually, they're like flying in this formation around you, like they know what's going on, and then like others come, they're like, oh shit, something's going on, and then you just have like this swarm of seagulls around,
and
you.
then a whole tornado-like ecosystem evolves right above,
and then I was the
right
king
above your head
of the fucking gulls.
Yeah, dude, I've done that before, but like people were screaming at us. We were in at a beach in Michigan, me and a couple of my friends, and we were just all high and drunk in the middle of the day and started, I know, crumbling up chips and just throwing them up, and within instants you have 7,000 birds in a fucking frenzy and a melee around you. It's one of the greatest things ever if you're not a beach person, because you don't care about the etiquette.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit. That's
why I don't golf.
It's like going to a NASCAR race and talking loud during the race. It's like
Is
rude.
that a thing?
It's rude. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, what? You got to scream.
Get it? Because it's so loud there.
Yeah. I got you. Now, speaking of training raccoons and NASCAR, you had a story that's in the news.
Which one? Sorry.
Well,
that's right. Yeah. Real quick before that, I just had one other quick, just a thing of a raccoon I once saw. I'm standing by a river. I do, you know what it is too? I do a lot of the same things as raccoons. So I end up like getting involved with them, So one time I'm just like down by the river, standing on this old wall down, in the woods, and this raccoon just walked out of the shrubbery next to me on its hind legs, because I was in somebody's fishing spot.
Was it wearing shorts?
It was, I was on PCP. No, this thing, so it was somebody's fishing spot.
You're like, I immediately ran through a wooden fence and fought 15 cops.
Right. And then I was back in my 5th grade classroom. But no, so I'm in somebody's fishing spot that obviously they hung out there a lot, and I'm just poaching it, sitting there just getting high on their fucking chairs. You know what I mean? I'm
real rebel.
Yeah, it's just something you shouldn't probably mess around with too much. But a guy like me, I'm experienced out there.
I'm a rule follower.
So this raccoon walks out on its hind legs, just staring at me, like expectantly almost, And I looked at it, and I instantly communicated in a way with it that I knew it wanted food, and that this was its like trick that it did. And I'm assuming that the guy who usually hangs out there had trained him to do that.
Sure.
And then he stood there looking at me for like...
On his hind legs?
Yeah, on his hind legs. And he just kept like backing up and walking forward and backing up and walking forward. And I was like, dude, I'm sorry. And I was looking through my backpack for anything. I'm like, I would desperate to give you something.
I want to give you something.
Yeah, like this is the coolest thing ever. Yeah, but anyways, okay.
You never went back there?
Yeah, I've been back there. That's a place you'll see a lot of raccoon activity that actually is kind of interesting. You'll see a lot of raccoons running along the edge of the canal, right? And it's this giant old canal. And there's plenty of places to run, but they run on the fucking exact edge corner of it.
Yeah,
and they're constantly almost falling
off,
and then grabbing on. And I'm like, you guys, dude, you're making me fucking... I'm so nervous the whole time. I don't want to see a raccoon drown. It's the last thing I want to see while I'm out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
I'd watch a Asian carp explode.
Oh, yeah.
I'd take a coyote and just grab it by the neck and just fucking bash it against the rock. I don't care about any of that. Not a raccoon, though. Anyways, on to the thing that we were supposed to talk about. Speaking of a guy that probably does a lot of stuff similar to raccoons.
Yes.
This dude, Oliver Anthony, blew up.
Yeah,
huge.
who knows that name?
Who knows this? And apparently that's not even his real name. That's just what his YouTube channel was called. I don't think he was planning on blowing up. I think a couple weeks ago he was somebody like a lot of us who are just kind of got their music out. It's not really going anywhere. And it's just, you play around places.
It was one of those fucking real phenoms, or like, what is that called?
A meteoric
ascent.
Yes.
Yeah, it was really weird to watch, though.
So he wrote.
I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But
he wrote a song called "Rich Men North of Richmond," which we all know that's in reference to Washington D.C.
Yes,
I figured that out on my own after only
Richmond, Virginia is south of D.C.
Only after 3 days, I thought of that. So, anyways, he puts this out. And
it's like a bluegrassy sort of country.
Well, it sounds like a guy from Virginia wrote a song.
Yeah, he's an Appalachian dude, and he looks it, and he is it.
Yeah, and that's something's going on there. And I wish we could play the song, but with the Facebook stuff, it's such a fucking witch hunt for copyright stuff that you can't do a second of anything unless you're sure of what's going on. But there's the old Aquario. There we go. So this guy. This guy, Oliver Anthony, writes this song about, just how he sees society, I would call it. He's got, it's your basic protest of the elite not caring about the working class. Everybody's, busting their ass constantly, can't get anywhere. What else? It's unfair. They don't care.
Yeah, but it sparked controversy.
Somehow. And I don't understand.
I didn't understand it then. I still don't really understand it.
What is so a guy from Virginia writes a song about how he doesn't really like the federal government, and everybody thinks
everyone's
that's crazy.
Surprised. Yeah,
this has been going on for 120 years. What the fuck?
That's forever. That's never not been that.
Yeah, really stop.
They're the forgotten fucking people too.
Stop
they
the
have
presses.
a reason.
An Appalachian doesn't like the government.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Everybody, the whole entire nation must turn its focus to this immediately and address.
Yeah, it was
because
so
you know
fucking
what?
weird.
It's
dude.
indicative and it's problem.
Yeah,
fucking whatever.
And it's like there's some sort of fucking dog whistle for racism or.
This is what passes for controversy these days.
Yeah. So you had an article, right?
For real, yeah. I sent you that Newsweek one, right? Yeah. So this is the kind of shit you'll see in reaction to this. They're just trying. It's like, dude,
it's so
where are we at when this is the controversy of the day? Oliver Anthony accused of promoting anti-Semitic 9/11 conspiracy theories. Oh, shut up. Who cares?
No.
And why are they anti-Semitic?
You want to read through this a little bit? Because
I don't believe you. Yeah.
Also, here's another thing that I brought up earlier. The first thing on here is this video of Oliver Anthony's political views. What we know amid Hey, dude, who gives a fuck?
He wrote a song.
Yeah, he put a song on YouTube. I don't give a shit what his political views are. Why do you?
Yeah. What
is this fucking like this obsession with picking people apart and just are they clean? Are they clean?
Yeah, why does everyone have to be? You know what it is? Here's what the point of this is that we're ending up, clearly, this is just a piece of evidence that we're getting closer to the Borg hive mind, the fucking Star Trek, the whatever bullshit dystopic scenario you could envision that involves the deadening of all fucking dynamic and personality.
Yeah, you must agree. That's
dude,
it. Like,
where are we at when you're telling me that a fucking Appalachian writing an anti-government song is
factory
weird?
worker from Appalachia wrote a fucking song, and it's not even
weird.
that anti-government. It's just
really.
It's basically like I don't like one of the things that was controversial in there. If you have the lyrics, did you bring this up?
I had it, but let me find it again.
One of it was like one of the big things that people were bitching about was this line that was like, obese, welfare recipients taking my money or something. You know what I mean? It was basically it was hinting at like people being irritated by the welfare state and being like, well, why am I going to work if Johnny just is going to fucking fake his bullshit and just collect a check of my money?
Yeah, right.
And that's the sentiment, and that's a pretty benign sentiment. I think it's very sort of ubiquitous throughout most of
Yeah, it's not even
rural-
necessarily like until maybe just recently. It doesn't even seem like a fucking staunchly conservative sentiment either.
No.
It's kind of just a human thing of like, you fat motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Because we've all had the experience of seeing somebody that just looks like a real piece of shit, and then you see them,
Or you know them, and they are.
right, and then they're getting all their shit for free, and
Yeah.
they don't do anything. Yeah, how many people have you known
Oh, a
that
ton.
have their link card or whatever
Yeah.
in Louisiana? It was the Louisiana Purchase card.
Ooh.
Dude, I've known so many
Yeah.
scumbags that it's just like,
yeah.
oh no, I just figured out how to fucking
Yeah.
like lay here and play video games all
Yep.
day and not do
and
anything.
eat filet mignon, and this is
Yeah.
not an exaggeration.
Or
like they have any food that they fucking want. Period. Like they get enough. Now it's been cut back, I think, because of some.
Well, no, there's
whatever.
stupid restrictions. Like,
Yes.
you can't get any prepared food.
Yeah.
But you can buy fucking lobster if you want. But you
Yeah.
can't buy like the roasted chicken from
Yes.
the store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you
So-
can't buy cigarettes, which in Virginia is a goddamn, fucking sin.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can if I'm in line behind you, because I've done that deal many
Oh, yeah,
a time
yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like, hey, but some guy's like, bro, you want? I gotta-
want to pay for this beer and
you get, no, or like, no, yeah,
I'll get your food.
give me $60 and there's $100 on here. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then the cashier's always there and like, can I check this? And they're like, yeah, cashier's in on it.
Yeah, they
They're
don't
like,
care.
Yeah, sure, whatever. And,
Because they know that the system is fucked.
yeah.
They know that it's just a joke. So
Oh, so here's the exact line.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. And how can you really logically disagree with that? You know,
that makes sense to me.
young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground because all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. And again, nothing groundbreaking here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
I mean,
but that was the one line, though.
So
if you're
people-
5'3" and 300 pounds, taxes shouldn't pay for your bag of fudge rounds.
Yeah.
That was like one that I saw pointed out a lot.
that people were
around.
saying, "Oh, this is why?"
Yeah, like-
I don't understand, dude. I've seen so many people just glom onto this immediately. They
Yeah.
don't figure anything out for themselves. In my social networking feeds, all I've seen is people trashing this guy and shit, and being like,
Oh, yeah.
another like white supremacist, whatever. It's like, why do you just fucking just believe anything? What do you,
Yeah.
like, what do you, this? How is any of this to do? You think this guy from the middle of nowhere, Virginia, in his mind, when he's thinking about fat people on welfare, you think he's thinking about black people? No, there's everyone
No,
in the
no, no,
trailer
no, no,
park.
no.
It's all the white people around him.
Yes.
Like that's who he's talking about.
Yeah, it's
You know?
Samantha
Like,
in the next trailer.
Right, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what he's talking about.
So whatever.
Big Sam, they call her.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Sammy Big Draws.
That's who. Yeah, Sam. Well, the typical Southern name is like Sammy Joe, but I know someone named Sammy Joe, so I feel weird because I don't want to be calling her a big fat slob.
Yeah,
She's
well-
a friend of our family.
All right, fine.
But
But anyways, yeah, all right, back to this article. So, yeah,
That's
let's...
the worst joke I've ever, or like unraveling of a joke of all time.
Yeah,
Like,
I love it, but I can't do it, and I'm sorry.
yeah. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah. All right, let's look through this fucking article you sent me, though, a little bit.
Yeah. So
All right, so let me start this off. Viral sensation and country music star Oliver Anthony, which we'll come to later is not even his name, but has been found by Newsweek to be promoting videos about 9/11, which have been described by a group that combats anti-Semitism as dangerous conspiracy theories. Now,
and
let's
you know,
just break that down. real quick.
Yeah, well, because here's the thing that jumps out at me right away.
Yeah. What's the group?
What's the group?
What's the
whatever
group?
the group is? I can guarantee you.
They think that
They're a witch hunt organization.
yeah.
That's what they
exactly
all are.
Yes, that is
Every
exactly what
time
it is.
we look at this, it's always the same shit. It's just trying to justify your own existence by
Yes.
acting like, oh my god, there's
I'm out here getting the evil out. Yeah.
gotta be Nazis here.
Yeah.
They're like those in the cartoons when somebody'd be selling elephant repellent. They'd be like,
Yeah.
well, there's no elephants around here.
Yeah, there isn't.
Exactly.
Exactly. Why do
See?
you think that is? Now,
works.
how many you want?
Yeah. Can I put you down to 20?
Well, all right, a case of 20. But yeah, that's my first. It's what the fuck group? You haven't named the group, so this is bad journalism on its face right off the bat. So, the previously unknown singer became an overnight sensation when his single "Rich Men of Richmond." It's not even that. Come on, Newsweek.
I know.
Rich Men
It's so bad.
north of Richmond.
It's
you
hilarious.
idiots.
Like the people that.
Who is this? All right, we didn't even look at the name.
But
Let's
the
see.
people that like.
Shannon Power.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this is the conspiracy theories.
Yeah, news.
Oh,
no.
sorry.
This is
That was part of the
culture.
headline. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thought that was like a sub. You know.
Yeah, a little department she's in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you don't even know the name of it. In In a matter of days, the video received more than 15 million views on YouTube, thanks to the endorsement of popular podcaster Joe Rogan, who shared the video on his X, formerly Twitter account.
Oh, that's what happened, huh? Okay.
Now, first of all, speaks to the power of Joe Rogan's platform.
Yeah.
which they've tried to topple 70 times.
Sure.
And it's just grown to where he shares one dude's thing and it goes to 14 million overnight.
Oh, it changes somebody's life instantly.
Yeah.
This
So-
guy, I was just as a side note, he's already made a couple $1 million from
Yeah.
what I've read.
Yeah.
It's been like a week or two. But this is what happens when you can't get in touch with what people are actually like and you keep trying to fucking force them to be what they aren't.
Yeah.
This is what happened with.
This is why people like Joe Rogan's platform.
This is why Trump got elected.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
what-
This is not
they're gonna
because
do it-
people are white supremacists.
No, the reason they're making a point to spend $1 with this guy, every fucking person in the country that supports this,
Yeah.
they're making a point of supporting him to make a point to these people.
Yes,
To make a
exactly,
point to the
to say,
media, to make a
"Fuck you."
point to the government, whatever it is.
Yes.
And it's like you're so tone deaf still.
Yeah.
That you're still trying to force these narratives and force this fucking viewpoint on people that are just you're not going to go with it, and now
Yeah.
you're just creating
No.
weird anti
this guy shit.
yeah, counterculture heroes.
Oh, yeah.
that are like
that
not
don't
even good.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like I have no problem with this guy. The song was all
I
right.
mean, he's a
mean-
good-looking man.
yeah, right. I'm kind of just jealous of him. Yeah. No, I mean, whatever. I listen to a handful of his songs. It's probably nothing I'd really be blown away by or throw on all the time or something. But it was all right.
It's just such a weird angle. They always have these angles. So there's Oliver Anthony. This is just the caption under the Oliver Anthony performs Rich Men North of Richmond on his YouTube channel. A playlist on his account promotes several alleged anti-Semitic
Oh, my
conspiracy.
God.
Like you even have to have it in the photo caption.
Yeah. Okay. So
So now we
are they
know
even gonna tell
what you're
us what they're
trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we know what you're trying to drive home here. It's nothing about how he fucking got overnight success, which is spectacularly interesting. It's nothing about what he's
Well,
actually addressing
or
in
how
his,
about the fact
in
that
his song.
he actually is an objectively talented guy.
That's what I'm saying.
He
Yeah,
plays
like, none
well.
of
He
this.
sings well. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. Like
he's a poor factory worker that has.
yeah, it's a rags to riches.
It is. It's a rags to
since when-
riches.
Since
It's-
when do we not like that?
No,
What is going
because
on? Like
this is the only thing they want to push. It's
Right.
just he's a fuck. So
Yeah.
let's. Anthony, a former factory worker from Farmville, Virginia, which is hilarious because Farmville. Do you remember that game?
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
was playing on fucking Facebook back in the day.
Okay.
It was like, oh, but I'll go plant my crops. Hey, come look at my corn.
I was just laughing because I just thought Farmville. It's like it's pretty on the nose. Reptilian overlords controlling reality. Could you not do any better than that? Like,
Yeah. What are we gonna call this fake? Yeah. Farmville.
Farmville.
Yeah.
They'll love it.
Yeah. So Farmville, Virginia now holds 5 songs on the top 12 of the iTunes charts.
Yeah, because that's what you're doing. Because
Yeah.
you try to silence this stuff. Now they're making it a point. It's
Exactly.
like when back in the day when people started realizing when Google would publish like their top 10 search terms of the day or the week
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yes.
And it's like, you know, people in the counterculture started realizing this. Okay, everybody searched this 50 fucking times today. One term.
Yeah. Let
Let's
me go
give 'em-
take a look.
We'll get, you know, building 7 or whatever
Yeah.
it is on the fucking list.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And yeah, and this is how you get that.
Yeah.
You know?
and yeah.
do they
so
ever-
they're playing into their own demise.
Do
in a
they
way.
talk in this, or do they get to the point in this article?
Yeah,
ever?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, so, however, a playlist he created on his official YouTube account includes a number of choices that are likely to prove controversial.
Shit.
Titled Videos That Make Your Noggin Bigger.
I really read that wrong at first because
Yeah.
then I was almost thought to myself, oh well, okay, I didn't hear about this one. I had switched the letters of those 2 words. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Videos that make your noggin bigger. It contains 49 videos with topics ranging from music videos to psychology, many from the academic and influencer Jordan Peterson.
Well, and also that he's now supposed to be shorthand for like intolerant male or something, but
Yeah.
it's just nobody
If
ever has
anyone
to
is-
make their case.
If anyone's familiar with Jordan Peterson's material and his character, it is such a fucking
oh, he's so much nicer than us.
so weird
Yeah.
that's the guy. But anyway, and commentary on the decline of society. Among them are also videos of news reports and discussions about the events surrounding the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attacks on New York City and Washington, D.C., which appear to suggest Israel was involved in or had prior knowledge of the attacks.
It's always this.
Yeah.
If you have any criticism
Yes,
of
of
Israel,
Israel.
you're anti-Semitic.
But the Democrats don't support Israel anymore.
Okay, well,
So it's
now-
very odd because they don't support Israel. because of Palestine, because of that conflict, they have to go with the Palestinians because they're the underdog.
Right,
They're being oppressed by Israel. So now they can't support Israel. But if you don't support Israel, you're anti-Semitic. But if they do it, they're pro-Palestine.
And now I can't support Palestine like I used to.
Yes.
Because I don't want to be a Democrat.
Yeah.
So everything's fucking thrown off by this.
Yes. So campaign groups say such narratives contribute to anti-Semitic tropes. Again, what campaign groups, in what metrics are they using? What evidence of this are you using?
This writing,
This is Newsweek.
Like say 50 years ago or something. Would this type of writing I don't know, and this is an honest question. Do you think the average person would have been more discerning to go like this contains no sources, no anything? You know what I mean? Are people,
no, I think before it was just people just accepted things. They read something.
Well, because that's what's happening now. They obviously whatever audience consumes Newsweek regularly. Newsweek obviously has zero. Yeah, it's just us making fun of them. It's like mostly, but honestly, in that I do think that too. I think a lot of this stuff is just driven by like at some evil calculated level. Let's write something retarded to get everyone fucking pissed off, so they'll be sharing it around and stuff like.
I wonder how much of it is that.
Oh yeah, there's got to be a certain amount.
But I think now, I think back in the day, to your point, people weren't as suspicious. Some people were, but more than not, I think people were just like, "Oh, this is the news. Oh, this is the newspaper. Oh, this is a news magazine," and they just would read articles and talk about them. And they just kind of now, I don't think anyone believes this. I don't even think people that agree with it believe it. I think they just want to. Jesus Christ, dude! Why has this never happened before?
I don't know. Just leave it paused or something, I guess.
Yeah, fuck this shit.
We'll just have sleepy fish today.
Yeah, dude, YouTube is just fucking trash at this point.
Well, we
really
got we'll put in some work, some office days this week, you guys. Don't worry about this.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even matter.
Hiccup.
It's just, but this is just, I'm saying, YouTube. Remember when there weren't commercials on YouTube?
Oh, sure.
I get it. The revenue is what makes it what it is, but dude.
Remember when
every 20 seconds?
Remember when YouTube had actual YouTubers on it that you could watch, and it wasn't all it hadn't shifted to be exactly TV.
Yeah.
What we all ran from 10, 15 years ago.
That it grew to what it was.
The reason, dude, I remember 10, 12 years ago, YouTube was my only source of entertainment. It was totally fine. It had everything I wanted. It was every subject, every type of person. You used to watch, you'd look for a subject. Oh shit, this just happened. I wonder who might know something, and you'd find some random fucking dude with no production value, but he had the whole story figured out and broken down.
It was fun.
It was a great time. Now there's none of that. Try to find that now.
Oh, it's impossible.
It's just type in the truth about whatever, and you just get a bunch of NBC and CBS. Why this conspiracy theory is a fucking bunch of bullshit. Yeah. And so it's TV now. It's gone.
Again,
but,
we'll just pause this and just say fuck it. But yeah, my point was going to be.
Yeah, remember when YouTube just your fish would work properly?
Yeah. But my point was just to get back to this. I feel like now it's just, nobody believes any news, right or left. They just find shit that they agree with, and then that's the new sort of benchmark. It's just whether or not you believe in it, or you agree with the sentiment of it.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
It's like everyone knows everything is bullshit. So then they just look at these things and share them amongst their like-minded friends.
Yeah,
that's just the economy, the news economy now.
And then you get a little social networking dopamine hit, and you go, "We're right, they're dumb. This is awesome. Look at us." And then
but yeah, again, this is like Newsweek. They're not even providing any sort of sourcing or fucking evidence. They're just they're just accusing.
What's the dancing Israel? Oh, that's the thing they keep trying to say never happened, that there was videos of that.
Which it was,
saw.
which everyone saw.
The dancing, the people celebrating after the buildings fell. And again,
that could just be people that hated the U.S. Lots of people hate the U.S. It doesn't mean anything.
Were, where they were, but it happened.
But that happened. And also, so this is, okay, so this is the angle that the media has been taking, basically. Is that this guy is some sort of right-wing fucking conspiracy theorist, white supremacist, and all this shit.
And why? Because it's the welfare and he doesn't like the federal government?
I'm not exactly sure. Honestly, I mean, I do. I have my suspicions, but yeah, so then this is something that I came across the other day, which was
And sorry, before we go on, I just came over this again. It's selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay.
Yeah.
Why is this controversial?
It's not. It's not.
I think also people hear something weird, and there's this one line that's it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me and people like you, and they think that comes
It's
with
white.
a wink.
Yeah.
But I don't really think it does, honestly. Anyways, that's not how people are down there either. I've spent a lot of time down in those parts.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
our listener here, Eric, just said he spent 3 years in Richmond.
Yeah, I mean, most of those places, dude, I honestly think people in Chicago are way more racist than, like, most of the
You think?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, well, most of the Appalachians really, I don't know if they put on a face for outsiders or what, but I've run into people that are very live and let live and very cool and very, like, so nice that you've got a few, you know, when you, like, when you sort of shelter someone else from your sense of humor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you're hanging out
It's
with
like
someone-
if you're hanging out with like an 80-year-old woman that's just like, hello. And
That's
you're like,
what-
I can't be
That's
me.
what everyone in the mountains is like.
Yeah.
It's like
I
talking
know.
to an
I've been-
80-year-old
I've
woman.
been
Yeah.
South.
Yeah,
Not
right.
into the Appalachians, though.
Well, see, mountain people are different than
Yeah.
plains people and shit like that. And, you know, don't even get me started if they live in a fucking valley. Holy shit.
Okay, so I came across this, though, if we want to take a look at this real quick. And this was something on Oliver Anthony Music's Facebook page. And I'll just read through this real quick. It's lengthy, but it's not like long. But actually, we don't have to go through. So it's been difficult as I browse through the 50,000 plus messages and emails I've received in the last week. The stories that have been shared paint a brutally honest picture. Suicide, addiction, unemployment, anxiety, and depression, hopelessness, the list goes on. I'm sitting in such a weird place in my life right now. I never wanted to be a full-time musician, much less sit at the top of the iTunes charts. Draven from Radioville and I filmed these tunes on my land with the hope that it might get 300,000 views. I still don't quite believe since we uploaded it. It's just strange to me. People in the music industry give me blank stares when I brush off $8 million offers. I don't want 6 tour buses, 15 tractor trailers, and a jet. I don't want to play stadium shows. I don't want to be in the spotlight. I wrote that music I wrote because I was suffering with mental health and depression. These songs have connected with millions of people on such a deep level because they're being sung by someone feeling the words in the very moment they were being sung. No editing, no agent, no bullshit. Just some idiot and his guitar. The style of music that we should have never gotten away from in the first place. So that being said, I have never taken the time to tell you who I actually am. Here's a formal introduction. Now, first of all, his name's Christopher. His name's not even Oliver.
Yeah.
Oliver was his grandfather.
Yeah, he just named his YouTube channel that to honor his grandfather.
And then everyone just is calling him Oliver. And he's like, but you can call me Oliver if you want. He's like, whatever. But yeah, so it says, in 2010, I dropped out of high school at 17. I have a GED from Spruce Pine, North Carolina. I worked multiple plant jobs, my last being in a paper mill in McDowell County. I worked third shift 6 days a week for $14.50 an hour in a living hell. 2013, I fell. So basically what I'm saying is this is why people are fucking connecting with him.
Yeah.
Because he's just a fucking dude.
Right. And that's really interesting, too, that if we live in an era where a guy can, like, blow up to meteoric stardom who didn't even desire it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like...
It's cool.
And I could identify with that kind of thing, too, because I've often thought about that, too, of like, what would you really like to achieve? I'm like, I don't think I would really want to be...
Yeah, the
like,
fame part seems fucked to me.
Yeah, like...
I don't like that.
I would like to, like, make a living, have a nice fun time, have fun.
Yeah, be comfortable.
Yeah,
have
like-
all the options that
Right, but I don't want. But like he said, can you imagine, dude? Because I've done a lot of, like, you know, traveling around with small fucking music operations and stuff, and blah blah, and it's hard already. And then I've worked with some really big ones. I worked that one the other day with the band Sister Hazel, right? And they're not. It's like, even at that level, it seems very annoying. And that's all, they're playing to like 1,500 people or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
if you're filling stadiums, are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a whole giant fucking production. God, there's so many people coordinating things, and it's so much involved, and so much cost, and so much to be, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
And then you got to fucking talk to like 300 people after the thing. And like, it just seems.
Yeah. I mean, imagine being in charge of an enterprise like that.
Oh, well, I was working with the people that were. They're fucking stressed out.
I'm saying like
Yeah.
this. Like if you're at 20 million fucking views in a week, like you can sell out large places at that
Oh,
point.
this guy could play any venue in the country right now.
Like literally,
Like,
he could
book
probably
it for
go
next
Madison
week
Square Garden
and sell it out. Oh, yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying is like that sort of operation. I get not wanting that. That takes a certain sort of person. I was actually thinking this the other day about the UFC. Like, it's funny because I there was a big upset, whatever, and I'm watching the fight as they go out, and I'm just thinking it's so funny because they always talk about there's a lot of people that are fucking beasts in the gym, but they can't perform under the lights in front of 19,000 people. They get out there and they crack.
Yeah.
So it's like it's another level of how good you have to be, how fucking sturdy you have to be.
Oh yeah,
And-
there's a certain type of person that like they could probably be the best athlete in the world, but you've felt stage fright before, and they go out and get jelly legs and a little disoriented.
100%.
And it's
I mean,
like,
let's be
yeah.
honest. Neither of us would even go out there with our shirt off
Right.
in front of 20,000 people.
Oh,
I'd be
no.
like, oh God, what are you talking about?
I mean,
No.
I might take my one shirt off and leave my second shirt that I wear
Yeah.
on.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't
But
really.
yeah,
I
it's
don't even
like-
really like just having one on.
Yeah, but like it's just such a. So I get what he's saying, but here's another thing: is I'm going to go back to this real quick. I think a lot of what people are on the left are reacting to is something like this, where he says, "When is enough enough? When are we going to fight? And what is right again? Millions have died protecting the liberties we have. Freedom of speech is such a precious gift. Never in world history has the world had the freedom it currently does. Don't let them take it away from you." And then he goes, "Just like those once wandering in the desert, we have lost our way from God and have let false idols distract us and divide us. It's a damn shame." This is one of the reasons I think he's hated by them. Because they really cannot accept at this point anyone aside from like what they would call marginalized religions having a viewpoint like that. It's very weird.
They also don't like. I think there's a Jeffrey Epstein reference in here.
Yeah.
So that now again we keep going over this. So what? Now that didn't happen.
Yeah, now we
That
can't talk
was-
about the
That wasn't weird. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
There was no fucking famous influential people involved. No,
Yeah,
nothing. He
yeah.
wasn't.
No, you can't talk about
He
it.
wasn't running in odd circles for a man who's obsessed with fucking children for 30 years, like
Yeah.
on record. Which
Yeah,
it's
like,
kind of
what are we
weird.
doing?
Which is a thing that's been rumored to be going on in these fucking circles forever.
Yeah.
None of this is
Which
weird
we're
to
going
you.
to dig
Like,
into a lot more this season.
yeah.
We are obsessed.
I mean,
again,
but it's
both
just
of us.
like,
But
why
yeah.
is it? So, like, people, they've successfully worked it to the point of, like, he mentioned Epstein. Oh, so he's QAnon. So he's this.
yes,
so
exactly.
he's this.
So
Okay.
now you just have these little demarcations that
Yes.
you can just, it's these little annotations where you
And
can be
then
like,
it's-
oh, here, white supremacy.
You complete the
Oh,
formula like
that's an
a
asterisk.
robot would.
Yes,
you know?
exactly. Yeah, a Borg, a hive mind.
Exactly. And this is the thing. Like, what's weird is they used to be. We were in an era at one time where they were moving the goalposts out in terms of bizarreness and
Yeah.
in terms of what people would believe, what they would expect, what they could deal with. And now I'm really alarmed at the thought that if they're moving them back in.
Yeah.
Like what is our situation at this point? Because now they're moving them way back in to the point for you that where you go like, yeah, a farmer doesn't like the president. Oh, what? Holy shit!
Yeah.
You know,
What?
like, yeah. Well,
Oh, my God.
Never heard of anything like this.
Yeah.
He's not a fan of bureaucracy. No,
No.
way. Wow. You know.
Yeah.
Like what?
It's idiotic.
Yeah, so that just kind of scares me. Basically, the idea that that it's now closing back in, and they're gonna fucking pinch us off somewhere, and they're gonna turn. But they just want everyone to be mindless. Copies of each other.
Well, here's the
Like-
thing: is also the tone deafness, like you were talking about earlier. So I there was tweets about this, obviously all over the place. This was one I found pretty interesting. Here, let's take a look at this.
We got a
guy
couple
now.
more minutes on this.
And then we'll
take
go
a
to break real
yeah.
quick. But so this is the tone deaf nature of the people that are sort of attempting to cultivate what the country thinks and what his norms are and whatever. Rainn Wilson of Office fame and
Who's,
nothing else. He was
Dwight, right?
Dwight, and I loved him as Dwight. And I'm not a huge fan of him. I've seen him on podcasts promoting a book that he wrote, and he sort of tries to sort of act like he's walking that middle ground, but he's not. His tweet was, if I were writing a song about rich men north of Richmond, I wouldn't talk about obese people on welfare. I'd sing about CEOs who make 400 times their average worker's salary, up from 50 times 30 years ago, and corporations that pay zero taxes and offshore tax shelters for billionaires, right? Now, you can imagine him really thinking he's fucking clever.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
let me enlighten this bumpkin. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, maybe you should learn something, fucking Redbeard. Everyone on here is like, literally every comment. I mean, you can just go down. There's thousands and thousands. A millionaire explaining to the common man where he thinks our problems lie. This is a ballad for the forgotten and neglected. The flyover people. We know what rings true. If he was a member of our class, he'd long since forgotten. Oh, yeah, talking about Rainn Wilson. If I were a Hollywood actor worth several million, I'd shit on seemingly overnight viral song by an Appalachian ex-factory worker. That seems to be uniting Americans of many colors, cultures. Like, just... It's
exactly, dude, and they don't understand that
they
you're
just
not
don't get
in
it.
you're not in charge anymore. Like
No.
it used to be in the old days when everybody was
Exactly.
so enamored with movie stars.
Nobody
and
gives a
celebrities.
fuck about you anymore.
We fucking
do your thing, dance, shut up, go away.
Kids are fucking. Here's what people are doing now. They're gonna watch a KSI music video and then fucking watch him take a shit live on Twitch in the next 10 minutes. You know what I mean? And that's what people think of their celebrities at this point. It's actually kind of degrading to be a celebrity at this point.
It is weird. They just want to know all. Yeah. It's
But
like,
they keep trying to do this thing of like, oh, look, you're not in charge of the conversation anymore at all.
and also this little clever like, oh, maybe you should look at corporations. Hey, fuckface. This guy's not worried about that. He's worried about his neighbors. You know what I'm saying? This is. It's
well,
just
he's
such
also
an,
he's kind of talking about the whole thing. That's not the only thing he mentions, and he's talking about.
the system.
He's talking about the system that allows that to be going on.
The corporations. Exactly.
Right,
That's
yeah.
the
So-
thing. It's not. It's a myopic view on Rainn Wilson's part,
Well,
but
of
also
course.
it's pointed towards the part where he thinks the only problems lie. That's because you live in Hollywood, you fuck. You don't see anything. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
you're not exposed to the fucking actual problems.
How do they not get
of
that
life.
that like phony Hollywood everyman routine does not work anymore?
Yeah,
it's
you
been
have
over
fucking
for like
servants, you idiot.
Yeah,
You have servants and drivers and assistants and fucking you won't get on a plane or a show if they don't have the right color Skittles. Like you have no idea what's going on with anyone in a real life situation.
What did he just do on Bill Maher that was irritating? I can't remember.
Sat
Yeah,
and
just
talked.
Yeah, he was because was he on Bill Maher?
Yeah, he was on,
I
his
watched some of
podcast.
that and I just really did not enjoy it.
Or on his show on the HBO.
No, on the
one?
podcast.
Yeah, on the podcast.
Yeah.
I watched it. I don't even know if I could finish it. But yeah, again, he's doing this weird thing where he's trying to appeal to everyone.
Yeah, I noticed a little bit of that.
It's very
but then-
like vague.
yeah.
I'll tell you
right.
who I appeal to. Nobody.
Yeah.
Fuck all of you. I'm not vague about it at all. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
So, anyways, this is the odd tale of the time.
Oliver Anthony.
The time everybody freaked out that an
About an
Appalachian
Appalachian factory worker
didn't like the government. Yeah.
thought the government was corrupt.
Right. And so it was that the entire country worked themselves into a frenzy.
Into a tithy.
Over an obvious,
Yeah.
an obviously completely routine event.
Idiot.
Okay.
Just completely fucking moron.
I don't know what we're doing here anymore. Got
Nobody
nothing,
does. All right, we're going to take a break, folks. I'm going to throw on some fucking 80s commercials for you guys because...
Yeehaw!
Yeah, yeehaw. Indeed.
All right, what do you want? 80s commercials, guys?
Yeah, I think that's what we'll do.
All right, I want to hear everybody on their feet and cheering the entire break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Do not sit down. Do not stop screaming.
Yeah,
For
that's
the
true.
entire 5 minutes that we're gone.
Yep. All right.
Oh, and remember in the chat these days, we root and toot.
We boot scoot.
We boot scoot.
And sometimes we electric slide.
That's
We
only
can.
for for very specific evasive situations. And you guys will learn. So
All right, we shall return.
Make a great meal.
Liquid bleach, brightly colored clothes.
Fill it, batter it, it doesn't matter, it's liquid Clorox too. Keeps colors pretty and white bright too. Liquid Clorox too.
Who am I? Some days I'm cashmere, some days denim. But underneath it all, I want to feel feminine every day. So I start each day fresh with Carefree. For me, it's carefree every day because I'm a woman every day.
Know how eating fudge makes me feel like a kid again. A double fudge or new peanut butter fudge. Yummy. Real fudge or fudge around a peanutty center. Both Weight Watchers, both double yummy. This is living.
Say goodbye to pad days. Protection this comfortable is the better way.
Monday is a heavy day. Friday is a light.
On any kind of day, Tampax tampons protect the better way, more comfortably than pads any day. The unique Tampax design expands to your body's natural shape. For protection, no tampon design can beat. Comfort no pad can match.
So say goodbye to pad days. Tampax tampons are the better way any day.
Sears Portrait Studios present some great new faces. New faces captured by the photo experts at Sears.
Through Saturday only, get 2 8x10s, 3 5x7s, and 15 wallet-sized portraits for just $16.95.
So if your family has a great new face, Sears is the place to take that face. Sears, your money's worth and a whole lot more.
No matter how much your dog might have wanted it, it's always been real tough to bag real beef. But now it's a stench, because now they bag real beef in new Purina Prime. The new dog food with the real beef dogs love in every bag. So much real beef, it's the main ingredient in Purina Prime. Purina bagged it for your dog. New Purina Prime brand dog food. Real beef in every bag. In one man's soul lives the devil.
This place starts cooking. We are gonna be cooking.
Terrorizing his victims.
You are an animal.
They ain't never gonna forget Austin Buchanan.
There's got to be some way out of here. We're dealing with a madman.
Yeah, we gotta find him. Now maybe he left a clue.
Oh, no.
Roger, let's get him out of here before we all go up in flames. This is the end of the line.
No, Austin, no.
One Life to Live, weekdays.
I know it's been a long day. Oh, your diaper leaked. Oh, what a mess. Well, we can't change it here. Henry, we have to go.
Mom, my cereal.
We can't now. We got to take care of Scotty, okay? Come on.
But, Mom...
If diaper padding doesn't absorb fast enough, it can leak. Only Love's has Leak Guard, a cup in the padding that helps catch wetness before it can leak. Placed up front for boys, in the middle for girls. So nothing's better on leaks than Love's.
Oh, these must be yours, huh?
That's mine.
Oh, you want to carry it?
Sure.
You know, I've been thinking about getting these blue ones for my little boy. They any good?
Well, my wife won't let me come home with anything else.
Oh.
Don't let morning breath ruin a good morning. Use Scope. Nothing powers away the film that causes morning breath quite like the power of Scope. Scope, the best thing, first thing in the morning.
It's time to improve your writing game with Grammarly Go. Grammarly Go is an AI service that offers prompts to help refine your writing. And as someone who writes for a living, I can't recommend it enough. Here you can see I used Grammarly's AI to rephrase an introduction that I wrote for this very advertisement. I prompted the AI to rewrite my original manuscript in a more succinct and engaging style. And bam! In a matter of seconds, Grammarly Go cooks up a more compelling, attention-grabbing intro. Say you were struggling to come up with a name for a true crime YouTube channel. Well, just ask Grammarly Go to come up with some for you to get the noggin jogging. And I gotta admit, some of these are actually pretty solid. Look, I use Grammarly Go all the time to optimize writing and come up with ideas and to assist with brainstorming. And I highly recommend you check it out too.
While others Google, you do.
I don't know. It's days like this, I just want to cut all my hair off. You gotta be kidding. I mean, your hair always looks so good. What do you use on it?
Really?
Yeah.
Like shampoo?
Mm-hmm.
I use Suave.
Swab? Mm-hmm. Great. Meanwhile, I'm buying the most expensive things I can get my hands on.
So what else is new?
So you really like Swab, Beth?
Yeah, I do.
Swab.
Wow.
When you know beautiful
Wasn't that
hair
good,
doesn't have to
guys?
cost a fortune.
Oh, yeah. Some great commercials we had there, didn't we? Perfect. In the time that we actually try to live in. The past.
So I forgot to change my channel of my mic. Yes, yes indeed, Tom.
Yes.
The thing you said was good. It was pointed out to us during the break or before.
Yeah.
Why don't we just get a YouTube
Premium
account? It's like $15 a year, and then we don't have to worry about the commercials. I think
Yeah.
we should probably do that.
Seems like a smart idea, doesn't it?
Yeah. And also, don't make us look like idiots.
Yeah. Fucking assholes. So something interesting happened to me over the last week.
Well, that's not exactly news.
So I fucking was sitting around one night. It was maybe Sunday night, something like that.
All right.
And I had some time to game it up, you know. I was on the old Xbox.
Playing some Fortnite.
Playing a little, actually, I was playing Path of Exile. And
okay. No one knows what that is or cares.
Oh, well, some people.
You've told me about it like 3 times, and I can't keep it in my mind what it is. But you're having a good time, and that's what's important to me. So go ahead.
And I was texting. I had family in town. We're talking. We're texting, and all of a sudden, something was going on with this game. I'm like, I'm going to restart my console. So I go back in, and I'm like, why is it asking me for a password? My Microsoft account was like, you're not logged in or something. I was like, the fuck, I'm not. I'm always logged in on this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay. So I'm putting my password in, and it's like, wrong password. I'm like, it's not, though. I know the fucking password. So then I'm like, okay, whatever. So I try to go on my Hotmail, on my Microsoft, on my Outlook, on my phone, and I'm like, what the fuck? I have no service on my phone. So now I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Now I'm like resetting my phone. I can't. So I go to text somebody. I go to call somebody. I'm like, my phone's not fucking working. It's telling me I have no service. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
And this all happened lickety split.
Yeah,
like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or at least I noticed it.
Oh yeah, and then it went
you know
down
what I mean?
the
Because
chain.
I hadn't looked at my phone, and I'm like, wait, what? So then it's every time I restart my phone, it's going, your SIM is not apportioned for voice or something like that, and I'm like, what? So now I can't even call the fucking the phone company. Like usually you could do that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And I'm like, because I'm like, my bill gets paid, whatever.
You could have called 911 probably.
I thought of it.
Did you think?
I
about
started
doing it?
thinking. I'm like, dude, the only thing I can call is the emergency number.
He's here all stoned, like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't know.
And
what
I
to
was
do.
high as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That was another problem.
Guys,
And I'm like,
yeah, you might want to head over here. I got some things to talk to you about.
Yeah. I need help.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm like, well, what the fuck? So now can't get it on my phone. I can't do anything. So now I'm on my laptop, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So now I'm trying to get into my Microsoft account, and it is not happening. And I'm like, well, I know this is the password. And so I'm looking. Now I have to spend this fucking time. It's an hour in just looking for where do I find how to recover an account. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're going all these stupid fucking pages. And finally I get to this process. And this thing starts going in depth. It's asking me, past passwords that I used, gamer tags that I've used, what's my ID of my Xbox, it's just going. It was like 15 different pages of bullshit that took me. And then it was like, okay, we've got enough. We'll see if this is you. And then we'll let you know within 24 hours. Now, mind you, we're going into Monday now. I'm like, hey, I need this for work, dude. This is where I get all my, I need the phone and I need my email for fucking jobs. You know what I mean? Like, this is how I'm contacting people.
But were you starting to gather what had happened, most likely, or?
I still was like, I don't know what, because I was like, are they connected? Well, my first thought, honestly, was deep state.
The CIA is coming for me.
I was like,
dude,
that
would have been my exact.
It was the
thing.
last
Like,
show. We talked about too much.
Is it finally happening? Like, because I've been waiting for that hammer to drop, or for our channel. Every day I wake up and I fully expect our YouTube channel to just be gone. You know what I mean? And not even for anything like, not that we're doing some groundbreaking journalism,
No.
but it's like, but you know, just, yeah. For all the many, for the myriad reasons.
Yes, for myriad
we
reasons.
talk like one of these fucking cheap authors. Yeah. We had an article with myriad, but I think we
Yep.
fucking got
We
rid
said
of it.
fuck that one.
That's a shame because we always like to look at that when people.
But
try
yeah,
to,
so either way, I'm going into I'm like, dude, what the fuck? So now I'm looking, the actual store, like the phone, place doesn't open till 10. So I'm like, I guess I got to go in and get a new SIM card. I don't know, whatever. So that's what I'm Googling. Like, what the fuck does this message mean? And, it's like, oh, your SIM's corrupted and blah, blah, blah. So I go in, I get into my my email, finally, because they said it was going to be 24 hours. Then I get a message to my other email that I had told them to send it to, and it's like, yada, go and change your password. So I do that, right? So now I'm back in that. Whoever did it is out. But then the next day, I'm like, okay, so that was somebody got in my email. Now I know this. You know what I mean?
how far did they get into your?
I don't know.
Into your affairs,
but apparently they got far enough to then take over my phone because that's what happened. So I go in to get a SIM card the next day.
How does that even work? They
what they did is they used once they were in my Hotmail, which is the one that I will reassure my phone company with that it's me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Once they did that, then they used my email to change my PIN in my phone account because they saw, his phone is in here. So then they use that.
Unless they move your account to a different SIM card?
To a different phone. It was on some fucking phone in Phoenix.
Why?
Yeah, no, to use it for 2 days and fuck me over for. I'm like, what is this?
I guess
they were using my phone account.
You do a crime
for
with
overnight or something.
Yeah.
So that got me thinking.
You could have been framed.
Yeah. But the other thing is, it wasn't easy to get my phone back either. They were like, no, that's not you. That's not your PIN. I was like, dude, it fucking is. So I had to change everything. And now, anyways. But that got me thinking about who's doing all this. We get these robocalls every fucking day that you can fall prey to.
Yeah.
We get all these. I've posted them before on Facebook where it's like this poorly worded, you Amazon account compromise, give information or no more, shop or something. It's like, what the fuck is this?
So I get one almost every fucking day, at least once. That's like, that's the old cliche thing of it's an Indian guy, but his name is Jeff. And he's like, I'm calling from Medicare and something. It's like Medicare services or some shit all the time.
Yeah.
And what, but I've asked them, I've tried to level with these people. I'm
I know what you're doing.
Look, guys, I don't care. Can you please just take me off of somehow?
And what is this exactly? I've asked them that.
I've tried
how
that
are you
too.
making money? Are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you making money? I say. Are you just and I am always like, you're a fucking loser, dude. I'm like, just get a fucking job.
I've tried everything with these people over the years.
I admonish them, obviously.
Because sometimes I haven't had much going on, too. And I've spent, entire days talking
I
to
fuck
them.
with them, too.
Yeah, I've spent days with just calling them. Somewhere at my house is... now, this may have been when I was a little more on drugs and stuff was going on. I may not have slept for a couple days. But I have a bunch of recordings on a hard drive somewhere of me harassing the Indian call centers all day and just saying fucking just the worst thing.
Of course.
I can't ever let anyone listen to it except, my circle, my trusted circle.
Yeah.
But I was being maybe a little bit culturally insensitive for a lot of people's tastes during some of these. And
It'll happen.
You get angry after a while,
Infuriated.
And
livid.
So if I were you, I would have been pretty angry in this.
I was fucking pissed, but I was also at that point I was sort of more relieved once I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm back in everything. They're out.
Yeah.
But my first question is how the fuck did they get in there? Because as we're about to see, there's pretty, standard ploys that they use and methods that they use.
It was a backdoor encoded for this very purpose.
Yeah. So here is so I started looking into this a little bit, and apparently new data, and this is as of 2021, fraud losses increased more than 70% from 2020 to 2021, and was more than a $5.8 billion enterprise, right?
And now Tom's on the case.
Yes. Yeah.
Give it to us straight.
Well,
Tom.
yeah. I just wanted to point out that how big of an industry this is. I mean, $6 billion, and it's gone up consistently from here, as we'll see here with this FBI online crime statistic here. if you look at this 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, so you see the growth of this.
Sure, that's the great part of a graph is I can see it.
Yeah. But I mean, if you imagine this, so this is as of 2021. I don't understand why they don't have, at least 2022 out yet, but
it takes a year. That's the same with the crimes, all crimes.
Yeah, I know. I just never understood.
It takes a year to compile.
Yeah, it's insane.
But it's always taken a year since you were doing it with
forever?
paper.
Yeah,
and now
you can't do it now since it's all in a database immediately.
Right.
Shut up.
It's like the moon. It's NASA losing the technology to go back to the moon.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. Like, we had to start from square one. We forgot how to count.
Yeah, math. Oh God, we got to learn that too.
Right.
But yeah, so this is a massive fucking industry. So I started looking into who is doing this. And I came across some of these. Okay, so here's a little article. This is by the BBC. This week, the BBC showed scammers at work on an Indian call center recorded by an activist who hacked into the company's security cameras. Staff were seen laughing at the victims in the U.S. and the U.K. But who are these scammers, and how do they justify their actions?
Yeah.
Behind a pair of mirrored sunglasses, Piyush is telling me how he made $250,000. It was easy, he says, detailing how he bought fancy cars and wore designer clothes. Now, I don't know what that means in India, but from a modest background, Piyush
he had a fucking 88 Honda Accord
and
and
some sweet
and
sweeter robes.
Adidas sandals.
Like weird. Yeah, exactly.
The finest linens.
Yeah, like the sari was better fabric.
Walking around in Champion and Bugle Boy from the 80s. That's just he found. Well, whatever.
Bugle
Okay.
Boy. Yeah. From a modest background, Piyush made a fortune by defrauding innocent victims at the other end of the phone. To become a rock star, we have to do something, he says. Become a thief, I ask? Right, he replies coolly.
Yeah, can I jump in for
Yeah,
one
yeah.
second? I thought it was very interesting, that thing you sent me earlier. That I always kind of wondered this, why? Because there was a cliche about call centers, regular legitimate call centers being in India for many years, right?
Yes.
And then, I don't know, they pointed out that when that industry, for whatever reason, started to dry up, it kind of directly fed into the scam call center industry because, like, and also the tech jobs that used to be more in India, I guess, right? So as that stuff dried up, they started like poaching client lists and
I actually have an article about that.
They just like filtered it directly.
But yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, they just walked into the next office over.
There
and
was
were
this
like,
call
now
center
we're scamming.
boom.
Yeah.
Well, actually, maybe he says something too. But yeah, there's another article. Hold on one second. Let me see. Become a thief, I ask? Right, he replies coolly. Piyush meets me in a friend's apartment in one of Delhi's richest neighborhoods. The group of young men I've come to talk to all have one thing in common. They've worked in India's scam call center industry. For 9 years after leaving, Piyush was a part of it. I wasn't getting a job anywhere else, and the money and the incentives were good. The company Piyush worked for ran what is known as a tech support scam. It would send a pop-up to people's screens selling like this pop-up right here. And then, so this is a different one where they get a fee, right? So Piyush tells me that tricking people is an art. We used to target the old people, he says. There are many old people in the U.S. who don't have families, are alone, and are disabled. So it's very easy to trick them. Like, dude.
That's like demonic. Yeah. I mean, it's funny, but it's not right, I don't think. Is it? No. I mean,
so he goes, I looked at this man sitting opposite me in his baggy jeans and hipster t-shirt and wonder how he could be so cold-hearted. How would he feel if his own grandparents were a victim of scamming, I ask. Yeah, I will feel bad, he said, but I did it because I needed money, and that's it. Now, that's not quite it, because he says he once forced, blah, 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 whatever, but the amount of money this guy was making.
Wait, what was that? He forced a woman to hand over her last $100 just so he could meet a target. Okay.
Yes, for her on the other side of the world, it was Christmas. I took that $100 and she cried a lot while making the payment. Yeah, this was the worst call I ever had, he says.
Damn, dude.
So these are pieces of shit.
Here's the thing. Some of these old people were pieces of shit too, so it's like he's not all bad.
Well,
Like,
okay,
like
we'll get into the
80%
ethics.
bad.
Yeah. So we'll get into the ethics of it. But yeah, the amount of money that he was making though. So he went on to, so he worked at some of these places. Then he went on to set up his own. He says it was easy. He rented office space, told the landlord he was starting a marketing firm. His staff worked late hours due to the time difference in the U.S., so there was very few people around to ask questions about what they were up to. As a boss, Piyush was constantly thinking of new ways to con customers out of cash. He made, let's see here. When he started out, Push was paid 1 rupee for every dollar he made in sales. So a $100 scam got him $1.25. But once he became the boss, the money flooded in. Some lucky months, he took home 50,000 American.
Whoa.
In fucking India?
Yeah, that's I mean,
that's not. Oh, I just needed to make a little money, so I didn't feel bad. No, dickhead, you're making fucking astronomical amounts of money.
Well, yeah,
scamming people out of them. Shit,
he's a villain.
He's a villain.
Yeah, basically, you know.
Yeah,
and he doesn't get a pass from me just because he's, you know, it was that or wear milk cartons for shoes.
Also, it is not. I mean, yes, it's poor, but this guy obviously wasn't. He went to school and shit.
Yeah.
So this is another article. So this one is actually.
I wonder which cast he's from.
This one was actually kind of profiling what you were just talking about, how the tech support scam industry got so big from the actual boom that it had there. But one of the interesting things that I wanted to... It said people who work to expose scammers are called scam baiters. And Browning told news site that over 95% of global scam calls originate from India. So that's first. We know where it's happening. So these are the guys that got me. I don't know how they did it.
That's what. All right. So this is just your personal vendetta.
Yeah.
You've only gotten so far on. You're only so much on their scent, but
but I'm on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now this is what you said. India's tech support scam industry sprang from its boom in genuine outsourced call centers in the early 2000s. Poonam, who has reported on these scams, says the boom lasted for about 10...
No. Don't skip over the first name.
Poonam.
Snigdha.
Snigdha Poonam.
Beautiful.
Who has reported on these scams, says the boom lasted for about 10 years before the market started to shift out of India. Then the scammers got busy. They started by stealing the databases of genuine customers from these big tech companies that they had worked for. And they started to set up these small centers where you already had that industry network. So that's basically how this all started. It's almost exclusively in India.
That's what that's what, so the Indian government, I guess, just doesn't give a shit. You know, I mean.
Yeah, I apparently they don't. I mean, it seems that way.
I'm not getting calls from anywhere else. Constantly.
Yeah, like
is this happening to other people? Like, what did I do?
Oh no, it's all the time.
Like, yeah,
it's all the time. And here's the thing: is like I don't fall for this shit, but. Obviously, a lot of people fucking do.
You know what? You're smarter than I thought.
Yeah.
I would have taken you for one of those easy suckers. Yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing. This is my point, though, is that I still got. Like, I don't answer those. I don't fucking click on anything. I don't do any of that shit, obviously. I reply, fuck off, motherfucker, or something like that, and then I report them, you know? Yeah. But so... I don't. That's the thing. Is like it must be getting more sophisticated. But this mindset is what sort of alarms me. Let's listen to.
Now, do you think you were tricked in that initial request for your password? Do you think it was fake? No. Okay.
No, and I can get into that in a second. But yeah, this is another example of this mindset that these people have. Give me a little volume here. Let me go back there.
She applied for the job thinking it was a legitimate call center.
But after some time, like one of the owners came to meet the new team. He was very straightforward with us that yes, we are going to teach you how to scam people. If you want, you can carry on. If you're not comfortable, you can leave.
You know what the problem with this is for me? Is like me and my sisters and a couple of our friends and stuff have just made Indian accents automatically funny to me.
Yeah.
And this lady has
hilarious.
Like the best kind.
Yeah.
So I have a hard time just like taking them seriously, you know. But
I know. That's a problem with you.
It's me. I shouldn't. It's obviously that someone just because of their accent does not. I mean, and she's learned to speak another language. I haven't done that, you know.
Yeah.
So like, great, good. I'm not. It's nothing against her. It's me.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you that the truth is. When she
it's
talks,
a hilarious
what happens in my head is just a cacophony of laughter. Yeah,
I know. It's because we grew up with that. But yeah, now this is going to get to here. She says,
"Okay,
scam people. If you want, you can carry on. If you're not comfortable, you can leave." I was a kid. I just needed to earn some pocket money for myself. So I said that no, sir, I will continue. The very first customer of mine, Elizabeth. Did I ask her that go give your money to me? No, I convinced her. She gave it by herself. Right? I didn't steal her wallet. Like I'm not some jeb katra. I do not steal wallets from train. Now, if I convinced Elizabeth that you go take out the money from your bank and deposit it some other account,
Yeah,
she's
then
worse
trust
than
me
a
in this,
Jeb
I'm
Katra,
extremely
dude.
talented.
She's
Yeah.
fucking.
Trust me, I'm extremely talented. It's odd. These people seem to think that they're like like artists of some sort.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you would get a high from doing this. You know what I mean?
I fucking wouldn't.
I mean,
I would feel like an absolute piece of shit
anytime
scamming
you-
old women
well,
out of
yeah,
their money.
that-
What are you talking
that's
about?
no good. No, but anytime you figure out like a way around out of the system and you're just getting a lot of money for doing very little work, that's like a high that's just natural to humans, and most people are corruptible. You know, so
Yeah, I
could
don't.
see
It's
it
just
happening.
it's
I don't know.
concerning because this is my. So now we can get into the ethics of it because what do you think? Now my question is, okay, so you're a poor Indian living in outside of one of these cities. There's no possibilities for anything.
Yeah,
there's no job market.
You
This
live-
is the only thing.
You live in an
there.
old discud tire.
Yes. Not even a tractor tire.
No, it's just
No.
like from a Honda Civic
golf cart.
Yeah.
But like,
Golf
is it?
cart.
Is it? The ethics to me, I mean, obvious are clear. You don't scam people out of the fucking money. But I could see where it's justified in that, like, well, you have all the money over there, though. Like, we have all the money.
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
so how do we resolve this?
We used to. They got like 5 billion of it now. So, something?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing is like, so how many?
What's your question?
How
about
many
ethics
people?
and morality? Because I'm the
Well, what do
guy
you
to
think?
go to.
Yeah.
What
What
about
is
it?
your-
Is
yeah,
it
I mean-
is it universally like unethical for someone to do that?
Yes. Is there anything that
know.
can justify, like, say you're, say you're a poor black kid living in the hood, and you
should I get into character?
Fucking rob a rich old man.
Oh, I already
of money.
was in character.
Or you know what I mean? Pickpocketed him or something.
Yeah.
What do you? I mean, is that?
I mean,
I feel like you're not with me.
No, I am. I was making a hilarious joke, and when you watch
Yeah,
it back,
well.
you'll see. But so there's part of me that wants to say that I know that it's like, I don't know. There's a part of me that always will have that old kind of like Robin Hood thing because I grew up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I grew
It's
up
like,
poor.
that's how I am.
Yeah, right. But
There is part of me that's like, well, yeah, I would have done this.
Yeah,
Not this,
I
but
did.
I'm saying
well,
like,
we all.
but like selling drugs is unethical. I
Is
did
it?
that. Yeah, of course.
Why?
Because people get addicted to drugs and ruin their fucking life.
Oh, well, I guess selling some drugs, there's a gray
Of
area
course.
for sure. I kind of am more of the thing of like, everything's bad for you. Life is just a fucking series of poisonings
Sure.
anyways. You make your own choices.
But again, we're
I have
justifying.
to get to sleep
you know
at
what I
night
mean?
somehow.
Exactly. That's what I mean. So I did justify shit, and I still don't think it's as bad as this. It's like something somebody wants.
Yeah.
They're going to get it. That's
Right.
a different thing. But I'm saying, ethically, I was never above, you know what I mean, fucking the system over. That's different. But is it different because it's like personal? It's like going to an individual. You know what I mean? It's not like they're defrauding companies or, you know what I'm saying?
Well, when you were
Shareholders or
lining
some
this up,
shit like
I was
this.
picturing like when I was young in New Orleans. You would see a lot of the younger black kids like down in the downtown area, and they're trying to steal something.
Sure.
And that sounded really bad. but you would see like running little scams or like and targeting the rich business guys and pickpocketing and stuff. I got
Yes.
pickpocketed one time and I was poor. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
congratulations, $8. Like now I have to go to the DMV. Thanks.
Yeah.
But you would see a lot of stuff happen, and I didn't think it was wrong then when you see like a kid who's from a poor neighborhood down the street who's like, and then there's back then, dude, the New Orleans business guys still in the early 2000s were still the old school guys, and they walked around like cartoons with bow ties and fucking fancy stuff, and they were all
hell yeah.
fat and mustaches and stuff,
Sweaty because it's New
like
Orleans.
Dixiecrats and shit.
Yeah.
So you would see stuff like I've seen one of them get pickpocketed, and I just laughed like, oh, that was awesome. They got the Monopoly guy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so that's okay.
That's what I was picturing, and that's why there's a question in my mind. However,
Yes.
obviously, it's not right to steal, I guess,
But so that's my question is I'm sort of on that same page. Like, well, fuck that guy. Or at least I was most of my life. I've sort of, rethought it from different perspectives and shit. But then the question is okay, how do you, like, what if that rich person that you're stealing from is like, has just busted his ass, was as poor as you, and busted his fucking ass and is just about to like get somewhere. You know what I mean? And now you fucking take the only thing he had
Which
you
was-
don't know that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like this idea that like, oh, they're rich. I can take from them. You don't know what anyone's actual story is. You don't know how they got there. You don't know what they've gone through. You know what I mean? You don't know if it's like some dude that, you know, was born into money, or if it was some dude that just literally busted his ass 16 hours a day every day of his whole life. So
Or
what
somebody
he
that
has,
somebody that wrote a mediocre song and for some reason is now fabulously wealthy. All right?
Yeah.
That's reality.
The resentment
apparently.
is apparent.
Yeah. Whatever.
You're like, I've written fucking 7,000 awesome songs.
Yeah.
Mediocre songs.
Yeah, at least 5,000 mediocre ones. Yeah.
No, but that's where my point is, fuck these Indian call center fucks. First of all, they can suck a dick.
Well, sure.
We need to do something about it. Who? What do we do? How does this get taken care of?
Let's see the reptilians make a controversy out of this.
Yeah.
Local talk show host says scam call centers are annoying and bad.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh, they're brown people.
This is
you can't criticize.
This
them.
is a dog whistle.
Yeah,
this
a dog
is
whistle.
for
It's the white supremacist thing.
all of a sudden we're gonna have the salt wars down there again. That's what they're worried about.
Yeah.
All because Tom gets it in his mind that he needs to do something about the scam.
Well, here's
call
the other
centers.
thing is, so once I got back into my shit, right? Now he didn't realize. Oh, I've dabbled in this shit too. So now I might employ some services to get dirt on people once in a while if I have to. And anyways, so
What the fuck is going on?
So I see when I get back into my email, I'm like, oh, okay. You get a message, an email from Microsoft, you know, and it's like a password request change or password change request. If you made this, it's no big deal. If you didn't, you're compromised, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I saw the one when I went back in and got my shit back, but then I saw another one at 7:30. So that is what somebody did. Somebody figured out, somehow got my password for my email, went in there, changed it, took it over, then used it to get my phone. But so I saw where they were, or I didn't see where they were, but I was like, oh, this is that. And then I looked into the email and I found their IP address. So then I used this service that I sometimes employ, and I looked up where this is from. They're in Phoenix.
Hold on. You keep glossing over that. What is this? What do you mean? A service you sometimes employ? What are you doing with this service?
Nothing, dude.
What kind of things are you up to? Fuck.
Dude, I'm not doing nothing.
Okay.
Just being normal.
There's always weird cars parked out front of here with tinted windows and shit. Vans with a fucking big satellite on top.
But either way, I found out they're in Phoenix.
Okay.
Right? So then when I go get my phone back, I'm like, what was this? And they're like, it was the iPhone. I'm like, okay, what's the iPhone's address? You know, what's the phone? So they wouldn't tell me.
What's the phone's name?
Yeah, like that's, you know what I mean? They all have a device name.
Yeah.
So they're IEMI, whatever. And so they're like, oh, we don't have that, but you can call Apple and they might. So now I'm planning on getting a hold of Apple, finding out what iPhone was on my account, was connected to it, and then this way I can then tell where they are by.
Wouldn't it most likely just be a stolen phone? Probably
Could be,
or something.
but I don't know. I may be able to go murder somebody in Phoenix.
Looks like we're going to Phoenix, everybody.
That's right. That was.
All right. How did it get so late already? Holy shit!
I don't know.
It's almost time to get out of here. But so what? So anyway.
Yeah. So either way, I was scammed.
Where is this all going to end up? For you?
I don't know yet.
Are we going to Phoenix?
Yes,
Honestly, because I
eventually,
will go.
yeah.
Because
eventually, it's too hot right
so
now.
How did
it's
they
hot
not,
in this studio.
Yeah,
and it's air conditioned.
If they had control of your phone, like why did they not quick transfer some money or something, or like
that? Well, that's the thing is I think they could only use my service on their phone, but they hadn't gotten into my phone. I don't think they figured that part out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, but my question is, how the fuck did they even get my original password? I need to figure out how they're doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to tighten up.
I'm a lone soldier in this one, I think.
What
But
if you
I'm gonna take these guys down.
What if you found out that you had a rare condition that you scream your passwords in your sleep, like every night?
It was Elisa.
There's people gathering around your window outside.
Yeah.
And the thing that's the worst part about this condition is that you say first a website and then a password really loud all night over and over in your sleep. That might
I'm not
be
mentally well.
That might be what it is, because the only times I've ever seen you sleep is when I am fucking insanely hammered. So I might.
You've watched me sleep when you're drunk?
This is the thing.
You son of a bitch.
That's why I quit drinking. I do weird stuff. You do weird stuff in your sleep. I do weird stuff when I drink. Never the twain shall meet again.
Yeah.
You know, but so yeah. So
now, all right. So my basic point is this is a real problem. Nobody seems to be looking into it. We're all getting fucking scammed by India, and I'm going to do something about it because it came home to my fucking doorstep, and I didn't like it.
Maybe it's
and here's
time,
a message to you, India. Get ready, because I'm on the fucking case.
You know what? Maybe if I was an ex-factory worker in Virginia trying to write some dumb song, maybe I'd talk about the Indian scam call centers.
All right, now we had to look, something else to look at, and it was I came across this, and I didn't even know it existed.
Oh yeah, this is awesome, dude.
It was hilarious to me.
Here, if you want to start pulling it up, I can kind of give you a little intro.
So this is
buy
a
you a
podcast,
little time.
No, I got it up.
Segue in like,
but normally,
business.
Normally when we do these kinds of attacks on another podcast,
yeah. Everybody get ready.
It's some unknown, just schlub trying to fucking make it in the game like we are.
Sure. Compatriot. Right?
Yeah.
That then we needlessly lash out at and then usually feel guilty.
Yeah.
Then we just keep doing it.
They're nice people.
They're
and then we're like,
always
fuck.
so much nicer than
Why
us.
did
And
we
they're
do
like,
this?
oh, well,
Yeah.
guys, it was
But
funny. Good.
This is
really
someone
good sports. We're like,
we both don't like.
Yeah. This is a guy that, here's the problem. In one way, we love him
Yes, it's a very
much.
it's a very weird dichotomy.
He's part of our
with this guy.
childhood.
Yeah, one of
He's-
my favorite characters.
Oh God,
ever. Some of my favorite parts in any show ever.
Probably top 5 characters of all time for
Yeah,
me. Yeah, I mean, come on,
Just
now.
does such a good job on it. And of course, we're talking about Jason Alexander, everyone. George Costanza.
Now, here's something I've realized, and everybody I think at this point has seen like an interview of him, and he comes off real fucking smarmy,
Just smarmy and out of touch, and
just dripping with arrogance.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah,
And,
self-importance.
But he tries to do it in like in a way of like, hey, that's just showbiz, babe. But but like it's supposed to be sarcastic, but it's real. I know it's real.
Yeah, he tries to act like he's acting like he's one of like the old Rat Pack, you know what I mean? But like the extensions of the Rat Pack, like the fucking what's the roast comic? The old dude,
Dean Martin.
Well, Dean Martin, yeah, but that
Dean Martin,
but no,
roast?
not them.
He wasn't a comic. He was a drunk.
No, not him. I'm saying there's the guy that would just attack everyone.
Oh, Don Rickles.
Don Rickles, yeah,
Okay.
like that. That's part of the Rat Pack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And where they were like all the Shriners and always like rubbing shoulders.
Everything
and he
was
acts like
snappy
he acts like
and-
he's acting like he's pretending to be that, but he knows he thinks he is that.
Like it's supposed to be ironic, but
Exactly,
yeah, but it
but it
isn't.
really isn't.
Right.
He just thinks he's there.
Like those guys that pretend they're riding those big wheel bikes.
Yeah,
to
penny
look-
farthing.
They're acting like they're doing it to look cool, but I
Yeah.
know that those bikes are actually a more efficient way to ride. it's phoniness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're just not letting you in.
Right, yeah.
Oh my
They're just
God.
trying to act like they're doing it to be
Damn, dude,
like
you're being fucking high-hatted by the penny farthing crew.
that. Well, who would you expect it more from?
That's a good point. They have top hats.
They're probably the only people that would
They
understand.
have the highest hat.
They're the only people that would understand half of my references.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
oh,
anyone
yeah.
with a penny farthing, a top hat, and a curly mustache in this day and age, I say,
Well, hey, if I'm walking down the street looking for a new metal detecting buddy,
that's the guy you're
who are
going
you
to.
picking? Yeah, you know.
It's the guy on the wooden bike.
So, anyways, all right, let's jump into this.
But yeah, so anyways, I came across this motherfucker's podcast. Apparently, he has a podcast called Really No Really with Peter Tilden, who is some other dumbass actor that went nowhere.
Yeah, he looks vaguely familiar to me.
Yeah, I know I've seen him in bit parts and character roles.
And here's the thing about him. I mean, they're both just insufferable. And
They are.
We should. What do you want to start with?
Well, the first thing I wanted to see is look at this. Okay, so this is George fucking Costanza.
Yeah, George Costanza.
George Costanza has a podcast. And look at this. It has 1,900 subscribers. This is how
Now,
much nobody gives a fuck what you're doing. Actual Jason Alexander.
They obviously have a following on Spotify too, so who knows what that is. But this is like, dude,
No.
there's still a lot of people on YouTube.
reflects these things.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this is obviously not their only
No,
people
of
listening.
course.
But so
But
yeah,
YouTube is a massive
but
platform.
still, if it amounts to maybe what 6,000 or something instead,
Yeah,
but
what are you,
like,
5 times
you
over
were,
there?
You were on TV 3 hours a day
On
for
the number
for
one
50
show
years.
in the
Like,
world ever.
yeah. Dude,
like,
was-
like by all metrics.
What did they play at one point when TV was still a thing? I mean, it was like
There were millions of viewers.
Well, but Seinfeld was on
episode.
like 3 channels.
Oh, yeah.
in reruns.
Oh, yeah,
and it would be
syndicated.
on like 80 times
sure.
a day. Like so, I don't know how you could have had more exposure and entertainment than that, but.
But you're just so unlikable that nobody gives a shit.
Nobody cares that George is on the radio.
He should have just done a George Costanza podcast. He'd have fucking 5 million subscribers. Honestly.
Here's the other thing that you start to realize too. Speaking of the George thing, because it's always coming up in my mind when Jason Alexander's involved.
Yeah.
It's natural. And what you start to notice about Jason Alexander is his real personality is like when George would be a real douchebag in the show. Those things were so natural that like when George would do his like deceptive like kind of routine
conniving
and get caught. That's Jason Alexander. The fucking try to schmoo someone and it doesn't work and they see right through it. That's actual Jason Alexander. And but as the character, it worked amazing
because he was supposed to be like this bumbling idiot sidekick.
Yeah.
And
now we're led to
worked.
believe that this is a sophisticated
man of the world,
a television and Broadway actor,
Metropolitan.
and I mean, he does all these fucking God. Can you imagine? He does all of those like really pretentious theater productions.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff,
he has a theater guy.
Oh my God, how do you get into that stuff? It's
you hate yourself.
You just
or something,
dude. I just can't
or
be
you love
involved in any of
yourself
that.
too much.
Like I don't know why it sounds stupid, and I know there's probably something to appreciate about it. But I swear to God, I have no fucking use for any stage production of any type.
No.
It's like maybe
never.
just a regular concert. I don't even really want to go to that anymore.
Yeah,
like,
it's weird.
You know,
I don't like it.
Yeah, I'll take things in a box at my house.
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah, I agree.
So, anyways,
wholeheartedly. So let's look at a couple of these. Now, you had seen one that was fucking surprising in many ways.
This blows my mind. You want to start with that?
Sure.
And we'll go to 2 minutes if you can find it.
Yeah.
So,
I can find it, sir. I'm a fucking sleuth. Didn't you see what I did with my my tech problems this week?
Yeah.
We are.
Oh my God. He did. So here's what happened. He gets great guests too. This is the other fucking insane thing about this.
This is Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke is on his show. 2 things.
Several things.
Several things, actually. Let's start listing them. Number 1, Dick Van Dyke is fucking alive?
Yeah.
What
dude.
the fuck?
What? He's like 900.
I saw that. Dude,
that's insane.
The Dick Van Dyke show was 1,000 years ago. I mean, think about
he was an adult, like a not advanced age, but like
he was the dad on a show.
Yeah,
you know.
And then he had like the second Dick Van Dyke show kind of thing where he was already sort of getting up there a little.
I don't remember that one. But he was.
Oh no! He was on the Mary Tyler Moore show first, then the Dick Van Dyke show.
No, Dick Van Dyke was first. Dick Van
is that what
Dyke
happened?
is black and white. And by the way, I meant to call him Penis Van Lesbian this whole time because that was when I was in grade school. That was still on all the time. And my friend Jamie would always go, "Hey, did you watch the Penis Van Lesbian show last night? It's funny every day."
Dick Van Dyke, yeah.
And so
there's a lot of innuendo in his name.
So he's still alive.
Or not innuendo.
Like imagine how much.
But that's crazy.
Imagine how much the world has changed since Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. You know what I mean? Or Mary fucking Poppins.
Yeah, he can't leave a fucking like a room anymore, right? He's just too overwhelmed. Or is he
dude,
just
yeah. How
stayed-
would you be dealing with this? And when you see him, we'll show a minute of it. But like he's fucking sharp. He's there.
Really?
He looks vibrant.
I didn't watch this one.
He still dances. He's 98 or something.
Wow. All right.
So
well,
that's the first
inspiring.
thing. So you got that type of a goddamn legend. It doesn't probably get
It's Dick
any.
Van Dyke. That's massive media. You know, I
You
mean,
wanna
nobody
be- you
now
wanna be
cares.
at 2 minutes.
But here, take a look at this.
Oh, okay.
How many views? Not even 5,000 views in 2 months. You have Dick Van Dyke on your show and nobody will watch.
It's very weird.
It's very weird.
I
But
watched it.
let's take a look at why. Now, we'll get to your 2 minute mark, but
You
I
just wanna
want to
do the
just show the
intro.
intro because this is how they do it every time. And they do like a little fucking, what would you even call this? It's like a little,
It's
little banter.
It's
little
phone like
It's a little
shit.
pre-show banter that like they think is like smart and witty.
Yeah, it's supposed to. It's like a phony way of being revealing. It's like, look, this is
like a behind the scenes that's not behind the scenes kind of a thing.
Yeah, look, it's a candid moment where we're, oh yeah, are we on? Is it? Oh yeah, can we? It's like everybody does this now.
It's
where
like,
they think it's cool to have it as part of like. They feature it. Remember that time how we didn't know what we were doing and we messed up? Like that's gonna happen, you know. It would happen.
Yeah, I mean, I fuck shit up all the time. I don't want to highlight it.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just move on, everybody. It's not a cool thing to show your underbelly and be a real guy. Because all right, let's see.
But so they do that little thing, and then the actual like song. I don't even understand.
Let's just
the
see
whole
it. Yeah,
thing. It's just brutal.
Here it is, everybody.
All right.
This mic is hilarious because it's you. I got to do this with you, that, and then that. So
why is it up in your face?
Because she just they positioned it. I didn't touch it. They're
No.
telling me where to put. I don't touch it. They put it where they
Am
want
I
it.
crazy? It's in his face,
They
right?
put it where they want it. No, it's
it's
perfect.
okay?
See?
Oh my God!
How can that be right?
Oh
and
my
this be
God!
right?
Shut up and just worry about you. Just worry about you. I hate to do this in front of
Dick Van Dyke is sitting on the couch. You fucking idiots.
Yeah,
What are you
exactly.
doing?
What are you doing?
So,
but that's what I mean. It's so obviously like pre-planned. We'll talk about the mic.
You just see Dick Van Dyke just go.
Yeah, fucking Beavis. He Beavised out, dude.
What kind
But
of?
what he did? What's he supposed to do? It's not funny.
That's the look of a man on adrenochrome, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Look at him. Can you can you look at his face again?
Well, here, let me watch
Yeah.
the actual intro.
Yeah.
real
So when
quick.
they actually this is
so it does that little stupid shit.
yeah.
and
Then they have a really like boring bumble. Like it's just pretentious.
It sounds like a child made it.
About you.
This.
Just worry about you.
Sorry, yeah.
I hate to do this in front of company.
Really? No, really? Really?
Makes no sense.
No, really?
What is that? They're Batman and they're Jedis, and is this like an interest that we're supposed to know about them? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like it's as if they were just like, "Hey AI, make us a generic intro for two gentlemen."
I always see when I
Doesn't
see
make any
stuff
sense.
like this from people that should know better or have the resources to have create.
Yeah.
It's like, what happened exactly? Did
You were
is it-
George Costanza.
Well, and I think what happens
Figure it out.
is a lot of the people in entertainment are utterly inept when it comes to actually putting something like this together. Or making the choice on creativity for an intro, or when obviously
Yeah, you know
we don't
who
have
isn't?
that problem.
I was gonna say, you know what? Yeah. Hey, Hey, Costanza, leave it to the heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying?
but I
Leave
always
it to the
think
pros.
the reason probably is because he's not involved in those decisions, and he's probably not interested, and he thinks everything should be done around him.
Yeah,
like
probably.
like it was in TV, or
Yeah,
like it was
probably.
or whatever. Because I see that with like people that retired from a very successful radio career, and now they try to do a podcast. They make the worst decisions. They can't come up with anything, or they're not even involved in it. So they just have some boob who they hired that he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll just farm this out to a guy that fucking
that's a
makes these.
Fiverr intro.
That's
a Fiverr. Also, is that him saying really? No, really.
I have no
is
idea.
that his voice?
Do you want to see it one more time?
Yeah,
or?
I'm just gonna. Yeah, it's very quick, so maybe.
Okay.
Maybe I'll go back because that sounds like him. All right, here we go.
I hate to do this in front of company.
Really? No, really?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Really?
It's like pitch shifted or something.
No, really?
Oh yeah, maybe it's not. Thank God, because I was going to be even more pissed.
And then,
all right, now we'll go into two.
Also, their set is the most similar to ours that I've ever seen before. It's almost exactly the same, actually.
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
We have the same mics. Those are two SM7Bs and the same fucking stands. Look at us. Hey, that's great. I didn't even think of that before.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
Okay, well, little backpedaling about to happen, maybe.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe we got to rethink a few choices. Now, listen. You wanted to go to.
But the funny thing is, George Costanza is doing a podcast, and he's getting similar numbers to us.
It's insane.
Like we didn't have Dick Van Dyke on, but we have videos with thousands of views.
Yeah.
A few of them at least.
Yeah,
Probably,
and
what,
the rest of his here. We'll go back, but most of his videos.
Most of
This is
his-
a big one.
Yeah, we'll look at the other ones.
Yeah, we'll look at them in a second. But okay, so you wanted to go 2 minutes. So this is when they're what? Introducing Dick Van Dyke?
Yes, and I'm appalled.
Yes.
And I need this
Yeah.
to be addressed.
Yeah.
And we've caught this fucking other guy,
Yeah.
Peter, whatever. I cannot remember his name.
Peter Tilden.
Peter Tilden, and that name does sound familiar. I think he was in a lot of movies when we were kids and stuff. But I've caught him just really being an ass in the way that he introduces.
That guy's an idiot.
Dick Van Dyke. He is. They're both just so.
They're blah, but they're like sort of like irritating.
This is the
they're
thing
like
with that-
irritatingly
yeah.
blah.
They assume that they're
blasé.
interesting because they've been on screen,
Mhm.
and because they have that thing that makes an actor good at assuming another personality because they don't really have much of one of their
Yeah.
own. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like.
yeah.
I think that's just what happens over and over again when people try this. You know, what is an actor that's good at podcasting? Is there one?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's a different talent. You know.
Yeah.
So okay, let's see how he
All
does.
right, let's
this.
see how he gets into the Dick Van Dyke intro.
We have in our studio today a gentleman who is the antithesis of everything I was just talking about.
Oh, they had been talking
Absolutely
about getting
the
old
opposite.
and shitty and whatever. So, okay.
Now, I'll save his name for the end because you absolutely know him and you've known him all your life.
Stop saying
as have I.
absolutely.
A multiple award winner, Golden Globes, Tonys, Grammys, Daytime Emmy, Primetime Emmys. He's in the Television Hall of Fame. He's on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He's got a Screen Actors Guild Lifetime Achievement Award. He should frankly have 20 of them.
And he's going to get us 5,000 views.
Right? Yeah. Right there. Yeah. Can you imagine back in the day having a star of this caliber on your show? Man, you were fucking Johnny
Yeah,
Carson.
dude.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
But right there, though, is the classic thing that I was talking about.
Yeah,
in my
shoulda
opinion,
had-
in my opinion, he should
yeah,
have
shoulda
20
had
of them.
20.
It's that's the George trying to
Yeah.
butter someone up.
Yeah.
That's his actual personality. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's horrible.
All right.
It's horrible. I can't. All right.
He's a Kennedy Center honor recipient.
Okay, all right.
I'll just name the big ones. National treasure. A Tony Award winner for his first role.
He's been alive for 100 years. He should have some
no,
of this.
so
You know, yeah. So yeah,
This guy just sloths
I didn't even
in.
pay attention to him. He's
treasure.
Yeah, he's constantly jumping in with nothing, and like every joke he makes is always about like, well, my wife doesn't think so. He says that like 50 times this episode. Like,
Okay, let me see.
I'll just name the big ones. National treasure. A Tony Award winner for his first role.
Now, wait a minute. Are we just watching our eventual selves?
Oh yeah,
As we age?
that's why we got to do it now. This is that's how all life is, you know. Eventually, we're going to just be like rotting away somewhere, you know, or get hit by a bus or something. You might as well make fun of this guy.
I plan on going down in a blaze of glory against a fucking entire industry of Indian-born scammers.
Tom's gonna stuff himself into a box and mail himself to India.
Yeah.
Just get out. I'm like, all right.
Nunchucks.
Step one complete. Wait, what's?
I'm so hungry.
He checks his pocket. Like, wait, what's step two? He's just wandering around a dump collecting little pieces of titanium to get lunch.
Next thing you know, I'm actually forced into the trade, and I'm scamming people over here because I need money bad.
Yeah, and calling me from. I'm like, Tom, I'm
Dude,
not gonna fall
yeah.
for this, dude.
That
Like,
Indian accent doesn't sound right.
Right? Yeah. Tom
gosh,
is
hello.
Tom is your name. You call me and tell me your name is Mohinder. And, like,
All
hi,
right,
this is Mohinder.
Mohinder
What?
was from Heroes. That was an awesome show. All right, let me hear.
Name the big ones. National treasure. A Tony Award winner for his first role, first real starring role on Broadway. Bye Bye Birdie. Carl. Well, you know, he had his own. Here. I Look am at this. verklempt. Oh I my am gosh. verklempt. Mary Poppins, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the comic, and
I
his
like
own.
his input so far has just been
Yeah.
not real treasure, and then he went, "Oh, do well."
Yeah. What was the reaction for? Are you for it? Are you
They have
against
no-
it? Are you
they have
appalled?
zero like chemistry or
What is
anything
it?
going
Yeah.
on here. There's
I don't
like
get
this guy. Yeah, okay. I'm starting to love this. Yeah, go ahead.
The hell are you? Show, the Dick Van Dyke Show, in our studio today. A legend and someone who I really am. Just I pinch myself and I'm amazed and I go, I know this man. Say hello, Peter, to
Mr.
Dick
Van
Van
Dyke.
Dyke and his lovely wife,
It's
Arlene.
such a pleasure. It really is a pleasure to have you here. And you know what? I saw you on The
Hold on a
Masked
second.
Singer.
Right here. I want to start a timer. Can you go to right where he goes, all right, say hello, which is also a very weird way to introduce a guest.
Yeah.
So I've interviewed my fair share of people, and I learned very quick there's a really easy trick. During the introduction, you end the introduction with a question. You give them the floor
Yeah.
immediately, or else it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
And then they don't know when to
Like,
jump
what am
in.
I saying?
Luckily,
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke is just a magic entertainment guy.
Yeah.
So
He
it'll
was
be
born
okay.
into it out of it. Yeah.
Right, but like, so here, I'm going to start a timer, and we're going to see how long it is from when this guy begins his hello to Dick Van Dyke till
Yes.
Dick Van Dyke gets to say something.
Okay. All right. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Say hello, Peter,
Mr.
Dick
Van
Van
Dyke.
Dyke and his lovely wife,
It's
Arlene.
such a pleasure. It really is a pleasure to have you here. And you know what? I saw you on The Masked Singer.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, I can't believe you did. I can't believe you did that. You're trapped inside carpeting with eye holes. But when they took the head off, and you saw it, Arlene, the audience, you're so joyous, Dick. They went out of their mind. Everybody here went out of their mind. And I didn't realize I have a younger daughter, and when she was 8, you were at a party, and you were there. It was a Christmas party.
Right.
And I thought maybe she wouldn't know you because Dick Van Dyke show. She went, oh my God, I'm at every movie. And she ended up sitting in your lap singing Christmas songs. And to Jason's point,
what?
I don't think I've ever seen you not happy and not joyous. You always seem.
We'll talk to Arlene about that in a moment.
I'm going to say, ask her.
No, but that is
wife joke. I guess that we could count that.
How long was it?
That was almost a minute. So I think about 50 seconds. You have Dick Van Dyke sitting on the couch.
He just stammers
and you're talking about what is that? What was that even?
I don't understand it, but also I need to know how old his daughter is. Because if you're telling me, if say, because a lot of these guys have younger wives, they have younger kids. You know, what I mean? When you're in
Dick
Hollywood.
Van Dyke's wife is like 50 or something.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I would assume that
he's
actually.
like 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so this guy's wife is probably younger. And so when he's saying his daughter, I'm wondering how, like, that his daughter was at a birthday party or he came.
Was it?
If you're telling me a teenage
party?
No, if you're telling me your teenage daughter knows every Dick Van Dyke movie, shut the fuck up.
Did he say teenage? No,
but he said,
daughter.
well,
but he's 60.
But that's
he's
what I'm
like 60.
saying.
She's got to be fucking, yeah, okay.
But then he said, and then she was sitting on your lap singing Christmas carols. So she's got to be small. What is she, an adult woman sitting on fucking Dick Van Dyke's lap singing
It's an
Christmas
awkward
carols?
way to begin the
That's
thing.
an odd thing.
Yeah.
Is she a teenager sitting on a lap? Still weird. A little kid sitting on your lap singing Christmas carols. Okay, fine. But if it's a little kid, your little kid knows all the Dick Van Dyke movies without you telling her anything?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Right.
You're a fucking made all this shit up. This is why people don't want to watch your show, because you guys aren't real people.
Right.
You don't have actual thoughts about anything.
That's
you
what it
just
is.
fucking bloviate and fucking and create this fucking air of like separation, and like, it's just fucking nobody wants this.
You almost get like an Invasion of the Body Snatchers thing going, where it's like, yeah, they're not. What are you, not real?
Yeah,
what
you're
are
not
you?
real
What's-
people.
What
I've
thing
said
are
this
you?
before.
What kind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No soul.
Yeah, basically.
can't.
Yeah, they are. They're like, well, maybe that's the thing. They're
Yeah.
probably part reptilian, like I've been
here,
telling you. Hold
this
on,
is-
wait. Can we just extend that for 1 second?
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I want it. So now Dick Van Dyke has gotten to say like, oh yeah.
Yes.
And then
Here.
went out of their mind.
Oh,
he
sorry,
played on
whatever.
Seinfeld.
Oh no.
That's what you put out. That's the vibe that you put out. And much like my partner here, when people see him,
he
because of
still
the role
hasn't
he
said
played
anything.
on Seinfeld.
Not really.
It doesn't matter where we are in the world, they break into a smile. And
Yeah,
same thing
that's
with
true.
you. Everybody,
Isn't that nice?
It's true.
It's an amazing way to go through the world, but you know, mine is because I play the biggest schmuck
They're
in the world.
both just talking about themselves. They haven't asked him a question. Nothing.
Yeah.
There is
It's
real.
fucking madness.
This is
dude.
how I compare to you, sir. So let me just again illustrate
I
that we
want-
are the same.
I want to
am a-
reiterate how my feelings of you are quite lofty, and
Yeah. You should feel good about this. I'm
Yes.
really. But okay, so
Dick Van Dyke is like, "Isn't that wonderful?" He's like, "I think
it
that
is.
it is,
Yes.
and I want to say to you now that it's just like, dude, ask him a question, you bozo.
talk to him.
Like, what the
Let
fuck
him
you
say
doing?
some shit.
Yeah.
Hey, what have you been up to? How you doing? How you feeling?
Sure.
It's awesome to have you here.
Hey, it's crazy that you're alive. This guy,
Yeah.
this guy has minutes, and you're taking up all of this time blathering about yourselves. He may not make it till the end of this show.
Yes.
Like, do you not understand that?
Now listen, this is why I know nobody is resonating with this. Because, okay, so there's the Dick Van Dyke one. Where's that at? Down here. That has 4,700
Which is
views,
crazy.
which is
Yeah.
insane. But now you look up scams, cons, blah, 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 293. Fucking,
That's us numbers.
That's us numbers. 261 a month ago.
And we were only on
359.
Seinfeld like every once in a while.
Yeah,
you know?
like we had bit parts.
He was on every
Seinfeld.
fucking
He was
show, dude.
Costanza.
Yeah.
No, is this not mind blowing? Now, my question to you about this is this genuinely what we think, and they're just so unlikable and untalented as a podcast duo that the people just don't even give a fuck? Like the algorithm doesn't favor? I don't know what. Or is it that new podcasts just don't have a chance anymore?
I don't know.
Is it so saturated that even George Costanza just can't even get any fucking tread?
Well, I know which one that would make us feel better.
Yeah,
you
me
know.
too. And then let's stick
that's
to
what
that
you're
one.
going for?
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
They're
this
horrible.
This
That's
is
what it is.
obviously proof that it's impossible to be successful doing this. And
Yeah.
then it's just, it's
Yeah,
really
they're
just
awful, but I don't think that's what. I think it's just you cannot start a fucking show. It's so much
it
to
kind of
get
can't be
noticed.
said enough. It's fucking George. Like,
Yeah,
it's one of
that's
the
what I
most
mean.
famous guys of all time.
Yeah.
Right?
And now, aside from our feelings, now I still feel that they're blithering idiots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're unlikable and that they're bad at doing this. And,
Yeah.
And it's funny, like, if we don't need to watch a bunch of it, but it's almost as if they do it as almost like in a journalistic way, which doesn't even fit either of them at all.
Well, they
when
have this.
actually get into this.
Like I said, they have just assumed their own relevance,
their own importance.
and yeah, right. And
It's really weird
They don't
interview
need
style
To, they
that
don't
they
need
do.
to actually have any.
Go take a
content
look
or-
at it. Maybe pump those numbers up for them a little bit. We'll get our followers over there. You know what?
Yeah, let them know
Throw
if
'em
you
a bone.
if you head over there. Just let them know Radioville is on their scent.
Yeah, we're on.
And
their
they're
scent.
not going to get away with this trying to hide out in the Hollywood Hills
Yeah.
and have a podcast with no views.
Yeah,
we're on to you.
We see you.
Yeah.
Look, you can't fucking hide from us.
And-
You're obviously hiding from everyone else
Yeah.
in society,
But not us.
pal.
Right. We're
We
going
see
to
what
put
you're
you
doing.
on our show.
Yeah, we're going to put you on
Get
blast.
you like maybe the same amount of views. If on a good day.
No, but the real story here is you can't get anywhere anymore. It's so saturated. We're doing it. We're trying. And I'll tell you this. I felt I was a little off tonight because it's so hot outside.
It's a hard day to.
I'm not even shitting you.
to be
I
in a
felt
good
off all
mood.
day.
Yeah.
It's just like this heat is like, dude, what the fuck, man? All
Tell me
day
about
long.
it.
Oh yeah, you're living in a fucking furnace.
I know, dude. Yeah,
A raccoon-filled furnace.
I went home and but here's I do feel pretty good though because I think I get toxins out of me a lot.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
living in a
I am
sauna
just
environment.
basically I'm living in. Yeah, I think you're only supposed to be in a sauna for like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's usually the cutoff.
Yeah, I'm having that experience for weeks on end.
Yeah.
With no relief. I don't have air conditioning in my car or my
Yeah.
house. And I work in a kitchen or
Yeah,
or outside moving gear for a concert.
You're
Like-
burning a lot of calories trying to keep that core temperature at a regulated,
Yeah, I haven't even really been trying. I pee.
No, but your body's has to.
I pee like once every 4 days. It's
just that's what I
it's
mean.
Black. It's like black powder comes out of me once every week sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
just
it.
dust. The old dust joke.
The old dust pee routine.
What are we at
looking,
here, guys?
Are we looking at any more Jason Alexander? Or,
I don't know, man. I think we fucking beat that one.
Oh, I thought you wanted to do the scams thing.
With him?
Yeah, that's what.
Oh no. That was just there was just it's really the same shit. You know what I mean? It's just
All right.
them blithering away.
I just feel like we didn't
like idiots.
Yeah, we didn't make fun of them enough, but that's okay. We can
I
do it
know.
again sometime.
I never feel like I make fun of Jason Alexander enough, to be honest.
Do you want to just watch another minute of it?
We could
Same
do that.
video with Dick Van Dyke because it's a good one. And again, what Dick Van Dyke looks crazy. By the way, I mean even talk about
He
that.
does.
He looks. I mean, I don't know what you could look like.
I was gonna
at
say I don't.
97,
I can't
but-
attack a man at 98 years old for looking
Or
like
98,
literally
whatever
any
he is.
shit.
Yeah.
That's what you put out. That's the vibe.
Let's just go into it a little bit.
You did a pantomime
Random
act
spots.
with a partner, right?
With a partner?
And you were like a radio host, right? Or a television host of something?
I was
early on?
a radio announcer at 17.
It's
During
funny.
the
This
war,
guy.
everybody
This
got
guy is a legend.
drafted.
Right. But like,
Yeah.
this basically amounts to a really annoying conversation with like an old guy that you would have to have.
Yeah.
So yeah, you did it. He's like, I was a radio announcer back in the early days. And it's like, okay.
Here's a
Jesus.
question for me: is Dick Van Dyke? Does that mean he's got something to promote? Because I didn't watch this whole thing. Is he trying to plug something? I hope not, because the numbers on here are not going to plug anything. But my question is then, I wonder if he's like doing podcast rounds, because a lot of times if you see somebody on a podcast, it means they're about to be on a bunch of podcasts. You know what I
He's
mean?
got a movie coming out called Withering Horribly Before Your Very Eyes.
Yeah, the Legend of Cornhusk.
Hey, uncomfortable truth that we're all constantly avoiding. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Look, no matter what, this is
all-
what happens.
Yeah.
No matter
Yeah.
what you do, even if you're Dick Van Dyke.
Yep.
That's what his new movie's called. It's long. It's not going to really fit on a lot of the movie.
But but what if I wonder if I
marquees,
saw
but-
him on like Joe Rogan? I bet you it would be an interesting conversation.
Probably.
It wouldn't be this.
Yeah.
There's a reason that Joe Rogan's podcast is where it is. Like, yes, he got lucky in certain aspects. There was a lot of things went right and stuff. but he's become an excellent interviewer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess
I
so.
watch a
Yeah.
lot of it.
Yeah, I don't really watch it that often, but yeah. I mean, I suppose that's true. And interviewing is a tough thing to do. I jumped into doing this years and years ago. I just wanted to interview weirdos like Art Bell. That was my whole plan. Is I didn't really plan on doing comedy. I didn't really plan on... Like,
you were like more straight.
Yeah, like I was going to do like New World Order stuff and aliens and like, you know, Freemasons and whatever kind of shit. It's weird.
And then everyone just knew about that.
Yeah, but then so what really actually happened is I would start like talking to some of my friends on the show, and it would just turn into people joking around. I'm like, actually, this is way more fun. We'll just do this. But anyways, when I first started, I just jumped into interviewing people, and so I just booked a bunch of interviews, and had no idea what I was doing. And
that's gonna
I learned quick, like, oh shit, this is like a really specific skill. You have to actually know how to fucking do this. And to like get a cohesive flow of any kind going. It's for some reason there's something very odd about having a guy that you just ask questions to.
Yeah,
and
I
it's
mean,
hard to get like a
specific skill.
Yeah,
but
it's hard
also
to
I
get a
think
vibe
for
going,
people like this, I think it's hard for them to get into that mode because they're already always in me mode. You know what I'm saying? So I think it doesn't work.
Yeah,
you have to be able to like get out of your fucking.
I think we're stumbling on one of the great absolutes of the entertainment industry is like a blatant narcissist does not make a good interviewer.
Yes,
I don't think anyone has ever realized that before. Interviewing, you should be empathetic and interested.
Yeah,
in the
you
person,
should be
you know?
curious.
Yeah,
if you're just saying things. Like, you were this. Didn't you do this or something? Yeah, I don't know. I guess that is curious. But anyway.
Listen to his boring story for a second, and then we'll get out of here.
All right. Where am I?
I'm starting to turn on Dick Van Dyke because look.
Got to be a radio announcer at 17. And I thought that was the future, you know.
And did you do CBS mornings, too? Were you on the CBS morning show for a while?
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
For
is
a year
it?
I did it.
He's
And
Dick
there
Van
was
Dyke.
no
How is that
network.
unbelievable?
Yeah, what did he mean by that? This guy
Unbelievable. I knew that for my whole life. That's unbelievable. Everyone knows that. It's unbelievable. What are you saying?
But
This
also-
is Dick Van Dyke, you fucking idiot.
It's unbelievable that one of the greatest television stars of his era had done radio before
Started
that.
in radio and local television?
You CBS? No fucking shit.
What?
Holy fuck. There was like 6 companies then. Yeah, what part of it is unbelievable?
It's not even interesting.
Yeah.
At this point.
All right, a little more.
But to the coast, it was an hour and a half show. We'd do it once and then do it again.
No way.
I had to do it twice.
So was the second time better? Second time better?
And Walter Cronkite was my...
That's amazing, you stupid old man.
But also, there was a joke there. They all started laughing.
Yeah, what the? I don't. They do that a lot on this. They're like
host of something.
I was
early
a
on.
draft future. For a year I did it, and there was no network to the coast. It was an hour and a half show. We'd do it once and then do it again. I had to do it twice.
You worked fucking 3 hours in one day?
No.
Oh my God.
It's kind of a lot for a performer, you know. I understand.
We used to do 3 hours in a row. Fucking
yeah.
Every
fucking
single
blackout drunk.
Yes, exactly. We got that done. Fucking.
We should look at
wasted.
some. You know what? We should go look at some of our
God.
early shows and make fun of that next week. That
Yeah,
might be
we
kind
will.
of fun.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Because
All right.
we used to the whole goal of this was to get as drunk as we possibly
Dude,
could.
those
as
nights
fast as we
got
could.
retarded.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was a time we like both broke our thumb and threw a fucking gas can in a fire and
No,
there was,
there was just driving around at all hours in all states,
yeah.
just trying to like fucking continue the.
just something's got to happen. Yeah.
No good. But we'll take a look at that and rip on ourselves next week.
Maybe that'd be fun. Yeah.
All right, let's hear.
So was the second
5
time
days a
better?
week.
Second time better?
And Walter Cronkite.
I don't. What was the? He didn't even acknowledge his joke.
No,
was the
because-
second time better?
Yeah,
maybe sometimes.
probably because you just did it. And,
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, maybe something went wrong some other times. Maybe the
Yeah.
first time was better. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but also
Wait.
hilarious. Thanks.
It's the second time, but like he said it like
He really thought he was clever.
he thought he was being
Second
showy.
time better? Second time better?
You repeated it.
I had to do it twice.
So was the second
5
time
days a
better?
week.
Second time better?
I'll answer that not for
Walter
your
Cronkite.
joke that you tried to just make because both times it was stupid. So I don't know what that was, but I think he was trying to be like show busy, like that's like old
like that's some sort of
you know,
insider
right?
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, like you.
Oh, you know what it is. Second time is
what they
better.
say about the second show? No,
Yeah.
and you don't either.
Right.
And there is nothing.
Yeah, you're some kind of weird.
That's why Dick Van Dyke didn't even fucking react to
He
your thing.
scanned it like the Terminator and just went, no humor found. Next. Yeah.
It's just like, and Walter Cronkite was with me. You know what I mean? The guy's just like, oh, sorry. Sorry for that.
God damn, that's as good as you can look at 97, and it's still so horrifying to see.
Yeah. That is not looking like I'm going to be happy tonight.
No. I just
this is putting stuff in my head right now that I don't like in there.
It's going to be a rough sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is going to be I'll lay down and lay for a while.
Yeah.
Kind of night.
It's going to be a fucking lot of weed for me
Little
tonight.
fucking- yeah, a lot of- in
Actually,
fact,
the
I
weed makes
can't-
the fucking.
Oh, it's worse.
Worse, yeah.
It's
the
worse, dude.
existential crisis.
Oh, God.
And the death.
That's all I'm thinking about.
Death.
And I do it every
fearing
night.
Death. That's true.
Maybe we'll maybe for next week. So we'll
Are we
rip on
done?
each other.
Yeah.
So we'll rip on ourselves next week. What else? Let's look at some of these comments. I haven't even fucking looked.
Yeah,
at
let's
comments
talk to the
all-
people. Should
let's talk
we
to the
maybe
people
open the
who's
phones in
left.
case anybody has a major point they want to make before we take off, or no? But not Critchlow. Critchlow, you're not calling.
Yeah. Yeah, we're 2:20 in. That's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
And
All
also,
right.
yeah, but you're just saying, yeah, whatever, because you don't want to go home to your furnace.
No, I'm not. I'm leaving the state.
Oh yeah,
actually.
you're leaving the state right
Yeah.
off the bat.
I'm actually driving
yes.
to the old Milwaukee tonight.
Milwaukee, it's called.
Yeah. So are we looking at comments or what?
Yeah, you know, I was going to open a phone line like you said.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if anybody wants to talk, but
Yeah, we'll look at
if
some
they
comments
do-
and we'll wait a few minutes in case anybody has a real important point they want to call in with before we sign off for the night.
But yeah, let's look at some of these fucking comments over
we
here.
do have new people around, I think, sometimes. So the phone
Yeah.
number is of 061 pi.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
of the
where's that
word.
number on here. There we go. Let's see that.
That's
There
of the
we
word,
go.
0 the number.
God, we
6
haven't had that up in a long time. Look at that. It really completes the studio.
That is, yeah.
If I could, yeah.
I'm trying to tell him the number.
Go.
I do remember the thing I do. Of 061 pi, that's of the word, 0 the number, 6 the word, watch that, 1 the number, pi the word.
There you go.
Call
Of
in on
0,
any of tonight's topics.
61 pi.
We'll take your calls the last few minutes.
Yeah, let's take a little look-see at some of these people. I don't even know what anyone was saying. I don't know why I got so caught up in this one tonight. I'm telling you, I think I had heat stroke the last couple days.
Yeah, it's been rough. So what are people saying about the show?
Sean
What
saying
do you
it's
guys-
been
what do you guys
112 down in Houston.
No way, really?
Yeah.
In the kitchen where I do my part-time slave labor, we have a thermometer that got up to last night 111 in there. That was pleasant.
That sounds nice.
I've had worse, to be honest. I've had places that I didn't even think it was legal what was going on. Like
I told that story on here once, right?
What?
I worked in a welding shop when I was like 18 or 19 or some shit up in Wisconsin. It was like a backwoods ass. And these guys were like super Christian where they tithed and they expected everyone else to tithe. Like give some of your money every month to their church or something. I don't know how the fuck it worked. I never did anything. But anyways, I actually got kicked out of the job because I wouldn't like conform to OSHA standards. Because dude, I worked on a forge. And it was just like, 1,600 degrees or whatever the fuck it is to melt the steel. And my job was to like take.
If I can't wear sandals, I'm not coming in.
Dude, that's basically what I did.
Really?
So my job was I was on this forge. The guy next to me was on this giant hydraulic fucking hammer thing that he sat on. And he would take these giant steel rods out of the forge, and the one end would be glowing red, and he'd put it in this thing and be like, bop, 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 bang, 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 and fucking just forge it down to a point.
Oh, I'd hate to do that.
And then put it on my side, and then I would have to let him heat back up and put him in this jig, and then bend the molten metal around this like curvy thing to make these scrolly like table legs and shit. So I was just sitting there twisting fucking wrought iron, red hot wrought iron all day with these like leather gloves on. And I would always be super fucking stoned there. So I'd accidentally grab the wrong end and the glove would just burst up into flames and shit. I'd be like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So I started wearing shorts, like sweat shorts, and
Were
just
you ever really hot and you just wanted to leave?
Yeah, dude. But yeah, they kept fucking calling me on these shorts that I kept wearing, and then they were like, "You have to wear." I was like, "Well, fuck you," and then eventually they fired me.
Didn't you want? I would.
But either way, there was no AC. It was just fans in there.
I would be wearing like a suit of armor. I'd be so terrified of that shit, dude.
Yeah, it was a weird ass job.
Yeah,
I've
had a couple of friends that did like metal making jobs. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, you're in front of a giant vat of lava and shit. Like, this doesn't look good, man.
No,
I
it
don't
was
want
not
to
fun.
any part of this. I guess nobody wants to talk to us on the phone. Thanks a lot, you fucking assholes.
Yeah, I wonder
You make
what
us
any
look-
of these
you make us
comments
look
were
real
about
good,
too.
You know,
Dick has wood. JT said worse than me trying to pick up a Puerto Rican girl. You know, I wish I would have kept up with these because these were gold.
now everything's out of context.
Yeah, Radioville on the road. Oh, Phoenix. Yeah, we
Andrea
gotta go take
Micco
them
said, "If you can," I saw it before. It said, "If you condense everything I've done in my life into a day, it looks pretty good," or something like that. And that's an interesting concept. You know, time is an illusion, and maybe that's possible, Andrea. That's maybe something we could accomplish.
Yeah.
Who's
Hey,
on the
you're on
phone?
with Tom and Vinny. What's up?
Oh, it's Darcy up in Wisconsin.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's
Great.
going well. Did you just call
Good.
to appease us because we were getting sad that nobody wanted to call us?
Did you feel bad for us?
No.
Okay.
I tried to call earlier, actually.
Oh.
And you didn't answer.
Oh yeah,
of a bitch.
we've been talking about this is going to get smoother. We formatted the show. It has a format now, and we decided on like we should just do calls at the end. That's what we decided, like
Yeah.
old coast to coast, you know.
Yeah.
Well, next time I'll take notes for the things I want to say. But I had mentioned in the comments that for a very short period of time, I worked at what was called a tele-fundraising company.
Okay.
It was not, that wasn't selling people things. I was calling them up and just asking for money.
Yeah, I had a similar
but-
job.
That's a great business model.
I was realizing that maybe I didn't actually know what was going on because it was called the Wishing Well Foundation, not Make-A-Wish. The Wishing Well Foundation, and I
Yeah,
was supposedly
sounds-
making money for sick kids.
Yeah, that's funny. I actually did one. We were selling something, but it was also a fundraiser, technically. And it was called the Gel Group, Gehl. And I was like 18. And what we were doing was we were calling people and just like reading the script. It was like, you know, hey, we're just calling on behalf of the local firefighters, and we're just hoping they can still count on your support this year, blah, 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 right? And you're trying to sell them these concert tickets to like Lovin' Spoonful, like a couple
yeah,
like,
it's
you know,
like G loving the special sauce.
yeah,
like,
it was
yeah.
like, hot, not whatever, in the city, whoever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
And, but I later found out that it was like 10% of the proceeds were going to like a lobbyist group that lobbied for laws for firefighters. Nothing went to firefighters. And this was like a fucking scam ass organization.
Dude, you know what? Actually, I can complete the circle here. I worked for the Sierra Club one time for a few days.
Yeah.
You know what that is? It's like an environmental organization, supposedly advocacy,
Sure.
blah, blah, blah,
Yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
A scam.
Yeah, scam.
So they had me walking door to door. You know what these assholes did to me? I worked for them for 2 days and then quit. The first day I was there, walking around like a suburban neighborhood, whatever. The second day, they're like, "Oh, we got to go. We're in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like we got to drive down by the coast." I should have put it together. We're driving down to the coast to knock on doors and tell people to stop oil drilling domestically. That was their thing. Guess what? All of these fucking guys do for a living. Where we went.
Yeah. They're going to get a lot of yelling.
They're all fucking oil guys. So I'm walking door to door. I'm 18. I probably look like a fucking asshole, you know,
Wow.
in full still like teenage mode
Oh, yeah.
of everything, you know.
You're a child. You're a pimply child.
Oh yeah, and I didn't really have pimples. Okay,
I'm
so
just,
but no, just dressed like a complete like hippie. Probably had like a hemp bracelet on
Oh, yeah.
to complete the whole ridiculousness of the imagery. And I was knocking on fucking door after door, and people were going, "What in the fuck is wrong with? Get the fuck off my porch!" I'm like, "Oh god!" And then I would have to get like, "All right, let me try again." And it was happening like every 4 or 5 houses I went to.
Of course.
People were like, "Do you know what you don't know?" And they're coming out, "You don't know shit about what you're talking about. They just gave you this pen." I'm like, "Yeah, actually, you're right." I was
Yeah.
just being open with people. I'm like,
100%.
"Dude, I just needed a job. I was downtown. I was by Virgin Records.
Could you just pretend
I was
and,
going
like,
to
sign
apply
the
there,
thing?
but then these people were outside.
But were you asking
and-
for money?
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So wait, what were you doing, Darcy? What was yours?
Oh, mine was literally just a fund. Like it was supposedly a company or a nonprofit that grants wishes to sick and dying kids.
Yeah.
And I would
So
just
that's what
call
you
people
told
up
them?
And ask for money.
Yeah.
And then we bust in and we go, "Hey, wait a second. These kids are just sick. They're not dying.
Yeah.
I want to see
I
the
wanna see the dying
documents."
kids.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, and I only worked there for like a week because I made no money.
Yeah.
And I probably spent more money bumming cigarettes to everybody who worked there than I actually made.
Yeah, that's a
'Cause
funny
I was
thing.
young too. I was like one of the youngest people there, and they were all like, "Oh, you have." had to stop bringing full packs of cigarettes there.
Yeah, you don't want to be the only one with cigarettes in a scam center.
Yeah,
of
in
all
a fucking
places.
call
Like,
center. Dude,
yeah.
that's the funniest thing is like the people I worked with there, and I also only made it probably about a week. None of us are built for that shit. But here's a thing that we all know now. We were all scam artists. So that's good.
So the second day I was there, people are just yelling at me again, and I'm starting to be like, wait a second, maybe this is really stupid. And this one guy was like, he explained how the whole thing works. Hey, this company's a fucking scam, dude. You want a glass of water? It's hot out here. I'm like, yeah, you know what? All right. So I sat down and talked to this guy for like 20 minutes, and he's like, you seem like a nice kid. Here's $20. Just don't give it to them. Just keep it because I know they're just fucking screwing you. You know what I mean? Which was true because it all worked on this tier. If you get above,
it's always an
donations,
incentive thing.
it's
Yeah,
this
who's
and
the
this.
leader today? Right now, you got to close 3 more.
I don't know how anyone was getting any. It's a ridiculous
but that's the thing is
I'm
there
supposed
were
to
some
get people
people
to hand me cash.
There were some people at where I worked that were making fucking money, dude. They were good at lying. You know what I mean?
There
sales
were
guys
people like that. Yeah,
they could do it, but it was funny. It was the weirdest, motliest crew that you'll ever see. It was just like, a couple old dudes, couldn't hack it in the car, used car trade or whatever. A couple young go-getter college like Republican types that are just like chomping at the bit to do anything. They're getting into sales. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then there was like just the failures, like the stoner. It was just the whole office was just fucking degenerates.
Yeah, they had,
So you couldn't, to your
basically
point, you can't bring
described-
cigarettes there.
You pretty much described the whole thing I was involved in.
Yeah.
And then I used to sell siding on the phone.
Yeah, Cutco, knives,
Yeah.
artwork was one that I fucking tried. Those were always the ones with the ads like, you like beer and chicks? Call this number, make $1 billion a year. And I'll be like, what?
Yeah.
Even if on the off chance that this is a thing.
Right. If there's any chance at all, it's worth pursuing.
Yeah.
You know?
And it wasn't.
I know. They would always lie to you so much and be like, oh, make $7,000 a week. Like coming, working
Yeah,
out
selling art pieces to offices. Fuck off.
Yeah, like if I make 500 sales a day, then okay,
Yeah.
maybe. But really, the real thing is I'm going to do something that I don't even know why I'm doing it because it doesn't work. Nobody's getting this.
But how did they even make money? I wasn't
don't
selling
know,
anything.
dude. I never sold a fucking thing when I worked at that place. I was there for like 3 weeks. I did not one successful phone call.
No.
It was just except one time.
Were you good at it, Darcy, or no?
No, I was bad. But I only did it for like a few days.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I got like a $5 one from someone once, and that was like big news in the office. Everyone was like, oh, she got $5 from someone.
Seriously?
I was like, oh. Well, most people were getting like nothing or like $1 at a time.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, it was more, I don't know, maybe it was like 10. I don't know. But
What
it was
a
nothing
fucking horrible racket.
crazy. And everyone was like, oh, you did good for your like first few days. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, but whoever owns that's got to be a goddamn idiot. I can't even imagine that. How are you making money? You're making $1. You got to give a portion of that if you're classified as a
Wait
fucking...
a second. You know what? None of this makes any sense.
And then you have an
because-
office, like a
None of
building?
that- all of the money went in that guy's pocket. And I never even went back for my paycheck. I just left. and
Oh,
never
yeah,
went
one of
back.
those. I always
So
got
I'm
my
sure
check.
there were plenty of people work there for like 3 days and then just say fuck this and never go back.
Now I'm getting very tired, but I have something else to say. None of this makes any sense when I look back on it. I remember being in a room with like 15 other
lizards
teenagers. Yeah, 15 other teenagers at when we were calling
Yeah,
for
yeah.
this, and it's like a siding and gutters, whatever thing.
Yeah.
And but like. It was so rare that you saw any action happen from anyone there. It would get, and that would only just be to get somebody had agreed to come get an estimate.
Yeah,
or
yeah. They
whatever.
just got
and those would go up at the rate of like 1 or 2 a day.
Yeah, because
or
that's what you were
something.
doing. You were like, there was another one I did where, you're setting appointments.
But how did
for
this
timeshare
but they're
salesmen?
paying all these people to sit there all day?
Damn,
and it's
I've
like
had some fucking slimy
Hey, Tim,
jobs.
How often did your female colleagues disappear for an hour in the middle of the day?
Yeah.
What do you mean when
With me?
That's what I was to say.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that actually did happen. There was a girl I was dating at the time, and that's why we got
Yeah.
fired because we kept disappearing to the parking lot to smoke weed.
And fuck.
No, it
No,
was too
I
hot
don't
in
know.
the
I
car.
was just saying they were probably doing something else at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Well, everyone in the office was on coke, first of all. I remember there was one dude that fucking was at a different job that my buddy had selling air hoses. And fucking there's one of the dudes at his job stood at his desk doing curls while he did his calls.
Did it sound like this? Oh, damn it. What happened?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Foiled again. All
right,
right.
that's all I had to say.
All right. Thank you for the call.
See you later.
Bye.
That was going to be really funny.
I'm getting. I'm losing all steam here, folks.
Yeah, it's time to go. Get out of here. I gotta fucking drive to Milwaukee right now.
Yeah, you do. All right,
Damn it.
motherfuckers.
It's late.
We'll be back next week to look at ourselves. Look at what are we doing? We got some ideas.
Yeah,
Got some
we're
shit we're looking at.
We'll look at our old
We got
episodes and
the
you know what we should do? Just
mysterious virus lab in California.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we got all kinds of shit.
Yeah, we should. We'll pull up our very first episode. What if? It's,
Oh, yeah.
What if it's fucking awesome? That's what I'm kind of
We've just
worried
gone
about.
downhill.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Peace.